Take the journey into the unknown with SNX Radio as we delve into the enigmatic world of UFO sightings and extraterrestrial abductions. Join us for conversations with leading experts and individuals who have encountered these otherworldly beings, uncovering secrets about their experiences, contact stories, and the profound implications for humanity. Listen as we reveal the incredible narratives of those who have undergone alien abductions, shedding light on the psychological and spiritual impacts of these encounters. Explore the depths of consciousness and spirituality as we discuss how these experiences may connect us to something greater beyond our understanding.
Slow motion halo. You say hit that follow. Next thing, we're flying over cargo. Swipe up, then we lift off. Both feet leaving this floor. Highway like a kick drum. You said you're ready for more. Up in the main room, neon dust on my white shoes. You spin me like a typhoon. Lost track, but I'm locked on you. Baseline in my cage, oh yeah. Time warp when you say my name. You smile, then we time lapse. Two hearts in a hyperdrive lane. Call me UFO, beam me up, lights go whoa. Turn it up, dance on the stars, feel the cosmic drop. Call me UFO, we never gonna stop. Beam me up, eyes all night. Coolly, shining extra bright. Top 10 hit, we're trending worldwide. Call me UFO, take me for a ride. Spin me around the moon, low gravity. Every little move, new galaxy. Closer, you're my supernova. Countdown, 3, 2, I disappear with you. Disappear with you. Call the UFO, beam me up, lights go whoa. Turn it up, dance on the stars, feel the hype and drive. Call the UFO, we're never gonna stop. Beam me up.
Together we explore it, night after night. So go! Truth drive! Disclosure! Non-stop! SNX crew! Lead the way! Different views! Here to stay! Go! James Gilliland orbs, peaceful contact shine. East City skies where the UFOs align. Daryl W. Sims, implants cross the line. Alien hunter evidence, truth redefined. Stephen Love Ray, phenomenal connections burning bright. Seth Free Love, small town monsters, legends ignite. David Spinks, energy, holding deep. Vibrations rising, awakening from sleep. Truth drive, explosive. facts, we want closure. Hands up if you're tired of the cover. This is the sound of the secrets uncovered. Yo, radar locked, but they don't see nothing. Farmtown kids saw the triangle hovering. Phone in his hand, got the whole thing filmed. Next day gone like it fell in a kiln. Black man scripted, sir, that's a star. But his zigzag snaps like a muscle car. There's a base badge flash, don't take pics. Still the hanger got crap that can break physics. Loose spin tight with the same 10 lines, but the pilot can't sleep, sees the same 3 lights. Briefed in a room, this meeting ain't happened. Sign this paper, mind gets flattened. Flip that script when Coley goes live. Pull the tape back, play a slow rewind. Every little blur in the grain enhanced. Now the whole damn world in the trance like lights in the sky take over. Coley got the files, it's a takeover. Everybody in the club yelling, show us truth beyond disclosure. We want facts, we want closure. Hands up if you're tired of the cover. This is the sound of the secrets uncovered. Let's go.
Yeah, I know what I saw, don't gaslight me. Whole block froze when it slid low key. Silent silver hanging over my street, then it shot straight up like it skipped through beats. Grandma told tales, but they called her wild. Same marks on her arms since she was a child. Same humming in her bones when the sky turns green. Same tall visitor stepping into her dreams. Feeling fantastic, pages blacked out to the truth leak loud from a single shout. Cold case photo, same bright fear. Different decade, still the same damn fear. You can scrub that feed, you can spin that feed, but the pattern stay sharp like a laser beam. Coley in the booth, bring receipts, stack proof. Whole crowd chant when he hits that truth light.
Hands up if you see strange lines. Hands up if you heard them lie. Hands up if you're done with classify. Now scream if you want that file. Truth beyond disclosure. Truth beyond disclosure. When I say color, you say UFO. 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 When I say truth, you say let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. From the base to the rate to the backbone, sighting in a jet can't flip for the tic tac coming from the dock in the lab with the metal lap in to the late night show where the story begins. This is our time, this is our show. Turn it up loud on SNX radio. If you want that file, better make that noise. Whole world sing with a million voices. Lights in the sky take over. Coley got the files at the takeover. Everybody on the game now show us truth beyond disclosure. When the facts leak that cover. Hands up if you're tired of the cover. This is the sound of the sinks that cover. Truth beyond disclosure. Beyond disclosure. Beyond disclosure.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm just making sure my audio is okay. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of SNX Radio. I'm Coley, and I have to apologize for the last stream. What a crazy week it was. I lost my webcam, went out. I blew it out. I blew out my charger. So Doc Skinner was on there, and I couldn't even get on. And then Rob, oh my gosh, Bigfoot Michigan Rob. That tells you what kind of person Bigfoot Michigan Rob is. He like says, hey, can I, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about last show, I couldn't get on. But Rob got right on there, and him and Doc, I mean, it ended up being really cool to watch. So again, thank you so much to, and if I gotta go through chat, but if Bigfoot Michigan Rob's out there, just know I really appreciate what you did the other day. So before we get going here, oh, T-Bone, hey, it's so nice to see you, and welcome over here. I know you've been over here before, but I haven't, gotten a chance to really see you in chat. So nice to see you. And we got Rodney from Space Cowboy here, Big Chief Thunderlung, Kitty Catty Wax in the house. Hey, girl. Oh, that's awesome. We got South Osman 432. Hey, welcome. Let's see. Oh, wow, T-Bone. There we go. You became a member. That's awesome. Thank you for joining all of that. This is awesome. Ed Odell, welcome back. Welcome back. And let me see. Mad Paximus is in the house. Hey, Mad Pax. Rob. Oh, you guys, if you have not gone over and subscribed to Bigfoot Michigan Rob, please do so. Please do so. I'm just telling you, he's probably one of, he's that friend. I'm telling you, he's that friend. He went above and beyond, Rob, and you did fantastic. And I can't appreciate you more on doing that, because I was like, it was just it was turning into a nightmare. So you saved the day. You rescued the day. Walter, hey, it's nice to see you back. Oh, we have a great group tonight, a really awesome group tonight. And let me see, I don't want to miss anybody I know. Going down here, I love Kitty Kitty Wack. Thank you so much for the super sticker. That is so appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Wow. And T-Bone gifted 5 coal. Yes, memberships. And Rob, we need a name for our misfits. We got to have something here. Thank you so much, T-Bone. You have no idea how that means so much to me. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Moon at Noon. Hey. Oh my gosh, this is like an awesome, awesome crew in here tonight. This is amazing. Amazing, amazing. And I just don't know. I don't want to miss anybody. So yeah, that is so awesome. So I just want to welcome everybody. And tonight we have a special birthday. So if you haven't seen Mojoe the Mad, I can't even believe I just did that. I just BMR'd that one. Mojoe, and I have not done that in forever. I make jokes about it once in a while because I accidentally did it before. So Mojoe the Mad, and it's that's how I'm rolling today. Anyway, he's absolutely wonderful. He's been on the show before. I've been over on his show of Dark Matters podcast. It's over on Podbeam. So if you haven't, you definitely should check it out, because it's amazing. He knows, he's a musician. He's very talented, very, very talented. So without further ado, the birthday boy, I'm going to bring him on out here and add him. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you know what? This is probably a better audio for you, but here, let me help you.
Mojoe the Unsane. I am Mojoe the Unsane. Mojoe the Odeo. All you. Yeah.
That was.
Wonder how I'm doing that, right?
Okay, I'm here.
Payback. What I see, that's how I roll. I tell myself, and then it just pops out, and I'm like, man, I just BMR'd that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Sure. Yeah, whatever. It's all right. I messed up on the time. I did. It's okay.
Yeah, but you didn't call me by the wrong name. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It's your birthday. They say it's your birthday. If there are more people
Ollie
here,
Weber.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah, it's my birthday. I'm 53.
I heard you call yourself a boomer before. You're not a boomer.
No, Clutch called me a boomer. Clutch just says that I listen to boomer music and then I'm a boomer. But then I had to explain to him, man, modernity sucks, bro.
There's Gen X.
Sucks.
Yeah.
I listen to all sorts of types of music, and I played that a little bit on my show earlier. I love music from the 1940s and 50s. I love Hawaiian music because it makes me feel like the apocalypse is underway. So I listen to a lot of Hawaiian music. Yes. Slide guitar like that. All kinds of music, I mean, as a musician, you start to appreciate stuff from the Middle East, country music, but that was kind of my awakening, was going backwards in time,
that makes sense. I liked your music. I liked your jam.
Yeah, but I'm, if you wouldn't know it, I love bluegrass. I love blues. I've been starting to listen to some disco music, and much like your intro music, Euro dance hits of the 90s. Yes, I enjoy that as well.
Oh yeah. No, I'm a roller skater. Okay, I roller skated in the day and I'm badass. Like I was on roller derby and can do the whole 9 yards. And that is exactly what I want to relive for that music coming in, and like how pumped up I used to get on that skating rink. That's the feeling I want. You got it. Yeah. You nailed that one.
Yes. Like doing amyl nitrate in some unknown disco bar downtown. Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah. Doing the rope shakers back in the day. Yeah.
Well, I didn't like any of that when it was there, but then I listened to it, and then seeing how things are now, Like, like it wasn't so bad. The Backstreet Boys was kind of, kind of tame, like I hated them, But yeah,
did you not roller skate or something? Did you not
I
roller
did
skate?
in the 80s and the 70s and stuff. But then
We're not that far apart in age.
No, I know, but I wasn't
right
like, I'm going to disco bar. I'm going down to the roller disco bar. I'm going to go.
No,
I never did that shit. Like
I've got about 5 pairs of roller
occasion.
skates. You should see my roller skate collection. I still to this day like roller skate. I was just on Derby.
My favorite memory is going to the roller rink and roller skating to I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. Isn't that weird?
I like buttermilk biscuits. I like black. Yeah. Anybody else in the chat? Anybody in the chat here go roller skating or roller skating? You're even cooler than if you just had gone, just a few times back in the day.
You ever did it on acid?
Andrew. Oh my gosh, yeah, Andrew. I saw him over in BMR's chat last night. So welcome. I just wanted to was going through there. But yeah, anybody in chat, do you guys roller skate? Do you understand where if you listen like the call and the response, like that's what I'm doing is I'm reliving those days.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm reliving days that I didn't even belong to with all sorts of different types of music, And that's
Shelly was
a
skater. See, yep. There's even a reason I liked you, Shelly. That's exactly.
I did skate,
but just not the good music, I guess. Not the.
Well, no, I mean, I guess it was good music for the time. I mean, that was one of the songs that I thought was really strange that they'd played that at a roller rink with a bunch of kids. Right. At the time, it was like Grease songs, right? And then like some rock and roll, like freeze frame. Remember
that? I don't remember who sings that though. Those weren't the cool ones though. Those were not the cool ones.
No, but I mean, I didn't have a choice. I was 6. So
this explains where the story didn't jive. Now I understand. So you're like out there with a Fisher Price, like at the age of kindergarten, and now that makes sense. So
yes, Star Wars.
You can't squeeze yourself in there on the skating rink with that kind of.
That's what they were doing. There was it was Blondie too, and like that kind of stuff from that era. Yeah, it was like that. Yeah.
Hell yeah. You guys, I one of these times I'll pull a video of me skating. You won't even believe it. I've broken more bones doing it, but I can like jump and like spin. I could like hit the ramps. When it comes to roller skating, I've done it for so long. Like
you should be a roller skating gladiator.
If you would have asked me when I was growing up, if you would have asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up back then, I would have told you a professional roller skater.
Yes. Well, that's rad. I mean, I kid. I think that's rad. I was on skis when I was at a very early age myself, though it's not wheels necessarily, but I was put on advanced slopes up to the age of 7. Like my father decided to do that for me in water skiing.
Oh, cool. I can water ski too. Yeah.
Yeah. One of my fondest memories, 3 years old, crying, no, I don't want to do this. And then being dragged by the boat with a bunch of water.
You're going to go one way or another.
Oh, but it sure taught me not to be dragged by the boat by drinking a lot of water. And that was Lake Arrowhead. Yeah, that was great.
Oh, that's
awesome. Yeah,
it didn't drown you, so that was okay. I'm like, yes. Oh, that's awesome. You got drunk by a boat.
Yeah. No, but I did that. I did that kind of stuff. I did some roller skating, but like by the time like it started to kind of fade, although people still do it. I know they do. I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying like in the 80s, right? Then it became like skateboarding and stuff where I'd like go and eat shit and
I can hit the ramps because Kitty Catty Whack in chat. Kitty Catty Whack's like, she boards. And I was like, that's no problem. Like I hit the ramps. Like I take my skates. I go kiddo. Like we hit the ramps too.
You're doing it like skaters do it. So like you're doing it
I can do it all ways. I can do it.
Yeah. You're like Action Jackson. Just karate kick in the air, flip.
Yeah. And somebody, I think Rodney was asking about roller derby. Yeah, I did roller derby up until like 2 years ago. And my roller derby name, you guys will not, I know you won't believe this one. No, I'm joking. Was Constance Mayhem.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Kind of punk rock. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
until
like
they started calling me Connie May, and I was like, no,
that.
what? They can't do it. Yeah, no.
I got to add the mayhem at least, or just be called
No,
mayhem.
well,
That would be cool.
yeah. Well, the Constance Mayhem. They thought, I think, it was short. I was like, I didn't know I want the full name, or I would have picked something else. You know.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of pick it for you, but
That's
yeah.
rad. That's rad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great name. Thank you.
Yeah, that is a good name. I think so. I really do.
I thought it was fitting. My son always he always makes fun out of me still if I call his phone. It says Constance Mayhem. We'll pull up on there.
Yeah. That's actually kind of a cool, like, James Bond villain girl name.
Oh yeah, Rob said he could see me throwing down at the rink. You better believe it. Like roller derby girls, like they're not gentle. Like
or
I
throwing knives. Yeah, I can see you throwing knives with that name. Or breaking out with a chainsaw just for fun. You know,
I'm a Gen Xer. I was like, you know, there's just I just have that little rough roughness around me. So you know, like it is what it is. I say it is what it is. But yeah, so it is what it is, and it will be what it is. As above, so below, as within, so without.
It is.
You know,
yes.
All 9 yards. So we were talking, and I was listening. I jumped in on your podcast before. You do a great show over on Podbean. Why don't you tell people really quick before we get into it about your podcast of the dark matter? And I have to say your guests are impeccable. You picked me to come on, so I mean this.
No, everyone's welcome to come on.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I like being able to build the hive mind against the hive mind that's being opposed on us. And we as podcasters, if we're dealing with similar subjects, I think we're kind of in a similar brotherhood or mental illness for that matter. And so I like to bring people together, and I think even if they have their own individual projects or they're doing their magic on their own cook, I still think it's good to have people have the ability to communicate with each other and talk with each other. I also believe in free speech.
Yep.
Even speech that's uncomfortable, even conspiracies that are too uncomfortable for others.
I might not like what you have to say, but I'll defend your right to say it. That's what
absolutely. And then if you can come on with a counter argument and you want to talk it out, we'll do that. I mean, I have no problem with that. That's happened on my show. But I got into it of Dark Matters podcast. It used to be called Please Stand By. And then there was another podcast called To the Same Boat. So all of these are the evolution that is the final product, which is of Dark Matters. And I got into it because I lean kind of conservative. You wouldn't know because I look like a space hat guy. But I went through the evolution politically left growing up, very liberal, and then right because I got stuck in a riot. And after that, everything changed. So I was herded both into that. And I started.
Do you know I was too? I know you've said this before, but I was too. But it wasn't throwing down but there was 100 people mobbed around me, and they were. Yeah, I swear to God, I swear to God. When I hear you say that, I thought I'd never hear somebody else say they got caught in a riot like that.
Well, I was caught both being like traumatized a little bit by it, and then hearing the rhetoric that I was hearing and not realizing what was going on, and there's chaos and stage shit. And so I felt like I was kind of maybe like psychically herded over to the right based on that trauma, right? So I was there for a little while, but then I started realizing that like there's just as many rabbit holes on one side as the other, and both of them want to emotionally turn you into a psychopath so they can steal your energy and be on a tribal side. And then once I started seeing this stuff, I was just like, I'm out. But originally I wanted to showcase on my show people who were of alternate spiritualities and points of view that leaned towards that. Like not like the standard of the American conservative is right wing. They're Christian, right? Like and then that's another thing that lit it. They started calling everybody who was of other religions, like they lump it all into Satanism. And I got tired of being called a Satanist. So that was another thing that led me out of that. But we do political commentary sometimes. We do UFOs. I talk about my own experiences that I've had and trying to make sense of them with others. I have sometimes I have a panel, sometimes I don't. I've been doing it with Dr. Clutch for about almost 4 years now. So, conspiracy.
How did you meet
occult.
Dr. Clutch?
I was a promoter down in San Diego. I was in a band called the Drama Llama Ding Dongs, where I dressed in drag and we were kind of trying to emulate the Butthole Surfers, right? And grindcore a little bit. It was when I was younger, and he was in other bands, and I started to expand on. Somebody told me that I couldn't do a show or a club, but I already knew how to do it. And I did my clubs to showcase poetry, art, and music, local music and DJs from that area. And I met Dr. Clutch as a drummer for the band Bat Boat, which him and another former friend of mine, Nathan Elvis Friedman, were a part of. And I would get the band's drinks, and I could produce a free show because people would be buying drinks and being there for the show for the bar. And that's how I met Dr. Clutch. And then he was also, like, at the time I was fading out of my going to clubs, goth scene type stuff. I kind of I didn't use the goth scene, but I promoted my clubs to the goth scene in San Diego. And Dr. Clutch at the time was going to clubs there, and he started talking to me about politics and different things. And then we kept in contact through different, Telegram and WhatsApp and those kind of things. And then eventually we started Please Stand By. And Please Stand By is where Clutch hosted the show and I was the co-host. And we would just talk about different topics. And I've always tried to emulate the show with Leonard Nimoy in Search Of, if I can. That is, like, when I think about doing a podcast, I want to create an auditory experience. I want to take people through time if I want to. I want to be a weird late night talk show host, or I want to be a pirate, right?
Like,
so I'm going to use.
Do you know the BMR Pirates?
No, our mateys.
Yeah, see the pirates. That's who saved my butt the other day. So yeah, but they always call themselves the pirates. So I closer to pirates.
I like sea shanties too. I sometimes will get a chance to play some sea shanties on my show. But it's music. I kind of like moved the club thing with poetry, art, and music and whatever, and DJing to Podbeam, and talk about whatever topics we want to. Free speech is how I run it. We do whatever. I'm sorry if I just kept rambling about it, but
about what?
Oh, just my show.
No, you should, though. You have a great show, and it's complex. And I actually, like, if I had just read the description about it, I probably, but when I was like actually, saw it and how I was like, wow, this is super cool. I love, because you do, like, how people are so quick, because they do the same thing to me. They'll look at me and they think like I'm some half-wit, like, blonde who knows nothing about what I'm talking about, and I don't have the research or the, you know what I mean? Like, people judge people by the way they look for, and I always say, you know what? I love when people underestimate me. I love it.
Yes. Let them underestimate you. Let them say whatever they want. Let them spread rumors. You're popular.
Oh gosh.
Let that.
I know. I'm still
fame and infamy are of the same coin, my dear. What you have to decide which one you want to embrace, or both, and then explode with it. Boom.
Boom. Yeah.
Boom.
Boom. There's some trolls. They're lucky they don't live in my town. Is almost saying.
Well, you're going to deal with trolls. Anytime you tell a story or you try to do something creative, you're going to have people that are going to hate you for it. Yeah. And then you're going to have people that love you for it.
And they don't sleep, they don't eat, they don't do anything. But that's like, you're their number one priority all day long. I don't want to be that.
Well, I mean, you're always in their head. So somehow, whatever passed with your creation, you are now a part of their boardroom. Just think about that. What do you think about that one, Batman?
I'm going to not think the nasty things I think about them, because it only pollutes my, like, but if there was, like,
if you were to use it in a creative format that mocks it all together, I mean,
I'd put them in those.
If you're going to be crucified, you might as well go out in style.
Yeah. Well, those blow up things, like, they're targets, but you can, like, in lawn darts. I think that would be a great way of doing it. But
you want to use long darts against your
lawn
foes.
darts. Yeah, but I want them wearing one of those inflatable, bullseyes.
Well, I mean, that may or may not be possible. I mean, depending on
creative.
how much cash you want to put into it.
Oh, they're not.
Talk to me after the show.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk later about that. So moving forward, and people who don't know what the esoteric realms are people who can you kind of explain it in a way, because there's always a spectrum. I'm
don't
very
know.
cautious.
That's all I can say is I don't know. The minute I know, I don't know. I get my ass handed to me. I've had glimpses of strange.
But you're not a
and
devil.
profound.
This is the only way I'm say this. We'll just.
I'm not a devil worshiper.
Right.
No.
So there's spectrums on this. It's.
I don't believe. There's left-hand path and there's right-hand path.
Right.
A lot of the Satanists, now, are activists. They're a part of a psychological operation. More than likely, they are Marxists. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Previous to that,
and then Marxism, though, the Communist Manifesto, that's not a bad. The way that it's written doesn't sound like it's a bad offer. It sounds like the sweetest offer in the world. Yes, it does. Do you work to your ability, get back what you need? Everybody takes care of one another, and there's no need. The government falls.
But not everybody can do that, and you're always going to have wolves among the sheep. I mean,
but as written, doesn't that sound like nice?
So does the Constitution.
Right.
So does the Constitution as a piece of paper. As far as freedom, it is a wonderful piece of paper too. Okay, I don't believe I'm a vehement anti-ism or ist. I don't like any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't think that what's happening here is about a freedom, right? And it's not far from violence. And what does a faction do when they need violence? Well, they become fascists. And what that just does is it breeds more fascism, because the more violent you get, the people demand safety. They demand order.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos. And then they will accept any offer, even authoritarian ones. In the end.
That's we're headed there today, and people don't realize that. They're waiting for a savior to come in, and I'm like, oh, come riding in, because in part of the Communist Manifesto written by Karl Marx and Frederick Engels, it says right in there that if you'll get to a point, but then you'll need socialism, but that collapse will occur, but you will get to a point where we'll look out. At no point in history has mankind sincerely looked out for one another's best interest. It's never happened. Happened.
No, I mean, in every example, I'm not saying that the pot coloring the kettle black type of thing, right? I mean, our government's done some horrible things. Other governments have done horrible things, but I mean, that bloodshed goes on for eons, doesn't it? And injustices. It's always the elite class of some kind versus everybody else, right? How do they make it on top? I'm not saying kill the rich. I'm just saying, why do they have to be Nosferatus, feeding off our energy and trying to cause chaos? Why do they have to be albino shape-shifting lizard son of a bitches? Right. Why can't? Wouldn't you be better loved if you helped people?
We don't know the plan. We don't know their plan.
Trust the plan. Trust the plan.
Do not trust that plan. Do not trust that plan. The plan was not written by us, and until we know it's written by, do not trust that plan. But this is, I thought, when I was listening to your show earlier, I heard you talk about the ET. I used to follow the Hello movement. I learned we used to go in and do cryptology, steganography, and we'd start cracking Navy codes and stuff like that. Because we realized that the real coding was not there. But we also realized that what we called Hello was humanoid extraterrestrials live among us. So that was our wording, our coding. We started to see how Project Mockingbird, which is your government, implanting into your news media, and how these cells could go undetected, but yet communicate and it depended on which area you were in and how you would decipher. Things start popping out everywhere.
They do, but that's only part of it. I mean, I kind of feel like we're in an occupied country right now.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're seeing before us is sort of a humiliation ritual. You know, that's just what it feels like to me. Like it, are they CIA assets or are they foreign assets? You know, who knows?
I don't know.
All I know is what I've experienced, and I know a lot of stories. And my experiences will come to you in a story that you can choose to believe or not believe, as I have no proof, only the story itself. You know, that's all I have. So we all know that aliens are real. We all feel it. We all know it, whether they be from the stars or other dimensions. I'm leaning towards the latter. Or manifestations of our own mind in creation with something that can alter reality. Maybe all of it.
Could be.
But I've had experiences with things that I thought were like human at first, but not human, and I felt I felt time slow down around me. I've had that experiences with this kind of stuff, and it usually occurs when I have this experience. I believe, I guess I was forced to become a theist in my belief system, and then only going down routes with like reading like religious books and doctrines and different, philosophy of thought when it comes to bending reality or bettering oneself or ritual or even ancestral, types of spiritualities. Even then, that didn't really have the answers. What really led to the answers was that it was me all along. I could see.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Well, I went to gurus and teachers looking for answers for the visions I had, for the experiences I had, for the CE5 experiences I had. And all of them could only tell me one thing, which was their translation of what they think happened. But the only one that experienced it wholeheartedly was me. Unless there was others involved that actually saw it. So ultimately, the answers came back to me. It almost comes, you go, why me? And the only answer I got was, it is what it is. Because,
Well, you know what? That's so true, because everybody will say, and I feel like it's a part of the design. They'll be like, oh, well, who are you? You live out in Iowa, and not that I haven't lived other places, but you live in Iowa in a small town. Like, how did this happen to you? And I'm like, what do you think? I'm out here asking the same questions.
You were just at the right time at the right place for you to be there.
But it's not like I haven't said that or questioned that, but like obviously it happens. So let's move on with our days and figure out why. Moon at noon. This is $1 million question right here. And you say nobody pays attention, doubts that there are nobody who pays attention doubts there are others here. The question is, who are they? And that is the $1 million question. And what exactly do they want? What is their whole, and why do they need? Because it's something that they need to be here. I can tell you now. I can't tell you in physical form, but I can tell you how they profile out on paper. That's as far as I've gotten into it. But moon at noon. I just BMR'd that. Sorry. Moon at noon. If you Bigfoot Michigan Rob always gives people different nicknames, or he does the same stuff. And I like mangle the English language at times when I get going. I have to slow myself down. I get excited about stuff. So I always tease him, say I'm BMR'd it. So, but I had this problem long before. But yeah, no. So that's just kind of where I'm going.
Okay. I feel that if they are, just give me a second. I have to look for something real quick. Sorry. I will say it real quick while I'm looking for something. Maybe I'll find it. Maybe I won't. Here it is. Okay. So this is, I use a big screen on my TV and it's starting to time out. So I'll be on my computer. I'll still be here, but I just gotta, I like having my computer, big screen here. Sorry.
Oh yeah. I got multiple screens.
So what are they? I don't know. I think that they have the ability to enter our minds. I think they could do whatever they want. They could make us see whatever they want. They could, there's lots of thought into it. Like, and the ancients believe, some of them in esoteric thought believe that they were elemental vortexes that could assume the identity of whatever it is that someone was worshiping. What if it's really weird, man? Maybe, I mean, not saying that aliens landing down in a craft isn't weird, but what if it's really weird? Like, what is reality at that point? Right? Like,
Right.
Stories of triangle areas with weird anomalous activity, like lots of different weird crap coming out of it, from Civil War soldiers to creatures from fictional stories and mythology. Like, what?
Do you know what I've learned?
What?
And this is the part that confuses me, is that the only thing you can trust is right here, right now.
Yeah. And what your intuition tells you. And that's all you need to know, right?
But that programming in us and that intuition, that anxiety, or that, like, the amygdala, the prefrontal cortex, like that functioning of that area, your hippocampus, like enlargement due to trauma, and your brain is going to pattern things out. It's going to see something similar. I used to, when I was in therapy with kids, I'd dump out markers, like, like, and then I'd switch like two, and I'd be like, even though I switched those two, this is similar enough for your brain to start doing this and interpreting, anxiety, which is, that's supposed to be your defense mechanism.
Well, it's your fear, your danger sense, your intuition, your ability to trust that anxiety is being more than just said trauma. I think my PTSD that I got when I was young, which later I figured out was mostly the remnants of anxiety, I think that played a factor to me being like always on alert.
Yeah, but it's a cellular memory. That's the part of it. You can logically make sense of this all day long in your head, but when your body responds to stuff, it's that cellular memory. That's the killer in all of it.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. But like Wonder Bob said, like, you can send your consciousness to your cells. It's not like I haven't done that before. Like when
I
he
don't
was
know
mentioning
what
that,
he said. He was talking to you. He was mad at me for whatever reason, so I did not. But tell us what Wonder Bob. I would just.
Well, you're just talking about
you just made me wonder, is all. So that, but nothing. Just tell us. So.
Oh, I mean,
he didn't like me. Let's just put it out there.
I don't know if he didn't like you. He just somehow was focused on me, including the time when he was looking me straight in the eye and taking a piss on live TV or live video.
Oh my God.
I mean, I appreciate a man like that because, man,
I can't believe
you're breaking it up a little bit. You're feeding off the chaos. Beautiful chaos.
Oh my God, I about died. Oh my God, that's so funny. If anybody was on that show, I know Rob knows what he means because I sent him a text message. I was like, I think that the guest just took us to the bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be rude or nothing. I just had another question. Like, you had a guy named Nighthawk that was supposed to be here. Why does he sound like a Mortal Kombat character? Is it the same guy?
I don't know. William?
I'm just making a joke. It's pretty bad because I'd like to have a name like that too. I got a little bit of Creek Indian. I'm registered in a tribe. Maybe you can give me a really cool, like, You just
want to go to the Bufo and Cambo, Sarah. Not the Bufo. No, excuse me. The Cambo killer. Forget the Cambo. The Bufo. But yeah,
Bufo,
William Nighthawk.
Yeah, that's kind of sounds like a weird sexual position. You're getting bufoed.
Yeah, I guess it kind of does. But it's like, I don't know.
Dirty bufo.
Yeah, I you know what? Now that you say that, isn't like boofed or I heard somebody I watched a movie or something. I'm not even gonna go down this road, but I kind of could envision why you would think that. Hey, Woody, Derek's in the house. Derek, yes. Yeah, Rob was on there when, oh God, that was so mortifying. I've never had that happen before, where somebody literally took to the bathroom, like went to and you could hear it, and it was like, oh.
You want me to try now here, Coley? I can get mobile with my phone if you want. You want to get real intimate with my facial?
Right where you're at. Oh God, so bad. And then I thought he was going to do it a second time too.
That would have been great.
I'm sorry for getting off topic. If you guys don't know, you let the cat out of the bag, but I did. It's your birthday.
Bob's
So-
appreciating it right now. He knows right away. He knows what.
Do you
You're
think he
my
knew we
spirit animal,
knew?
Bob, you're my spirit animal. Yeah.
Do you think he knew? But you know, if he does those kind of ceremonies, like at those ceremonies, people are puking and doing all sorts of stuff. Maybe he's just like so desensitized by it that he
I
thought.
don't know. I liked him. I thought he was all right. I just, you know, I was honored for him to focus on me and ask questions and let me ask questions, and it was an honor to be a guest.
He liked
co-host on
you.
the
I'm not
show.
saying that he did not like you.
I like him
I'm just-
too.
I'm just saying he did not like me. And he made it quite clear. I told a joke before he got on, said something about a joke, and he wanted no part of it. So
Yeah.
which was good. So it was such a blessing that you were there to take the interview, because if it were just him and I,
It would have been nasty. It would have been like Jerry
don't know.
Springer of the UFO world.
Yeah.
Yes. We would have been throwing pies at each other and talking about, where's my baby? And then be like, I don't know. And like, it would have been weird.
I went to a Jerry Springer show when I was a kid.
You
in the
did?
audience.
Yeah.
I talked
It's
my
all to the
grandparents
decades.
into it. Yeah. Back then they didn't check your IDs or anything. I was like 16. I was like, we're going to go to the Jerry Springer show. And they got there. My grandpa was so mad. He's like, where did you take us? I
Did you
was
know
like,
that he
"This
was
is
a
your
lounge
show."
singer? Did you know that Jerry Springer was a lounge singer? Yeah.
He's-
Had actually a pretty good voice.
I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting that. But his show went to. My buddy was on it. It's all scripted. He's like, yeah, I played
Yeah.
the guy that had the two girls, and they're fighting over me, and like, and I was like, well, that's not even real. But I guess it's nothing bigger than pro wrestling when it get down to it.
Nope. It's all theater.
Yes.
It's all theater. Everything's
Speaking
theater.
of the theater, the grand theater that plays out in front of us every single day
Okay.
is a happening. So
It is. It is. It's just like one big movie sometimes. Sometimes you run into like tests, and these tests seem to come right out of a movie, don't they? You were talking about that just a little while ago.
mhm,
You know,
yes.
sometimes you're presented with these things like, you're like, wow, man, did I see that in Hamlet? What the hell's going on?
Is that what you were asking me, if I could match a movie up to what's going on right now?
Yeah, I would say Children of the Corn meets Invasion of the Body Snatchers at this point, with a strange creature clicking in the background. Yes. Yes.
And
It's
turns
very,
out, yeah, Bigfoot Michigan Rob actually found, and this is not that big of an area, and I'm always a little cautious because I did have a local come up to me with their cell phone, and apparently like one of my videos said it's something that the government doesn't want you to know, or you would never think I'd write something like that, but I did. The guy comes up to the gas station, he's like, hands his phone, he's like, what does this mean? And I read it, and I was like, was that on one of my videos? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. Do you remember what it's about? He just kind of like, no, kind of forget about it. But Bigfoot Michigan Rob did find this. There is something. It is a thing. It's like a ticker. I don't know, Rob, if you can remember what. Like, we started going through it, and it was so creepy. It was so creepy, and I was like, oh my god, like this is actually a thing. It says like. And it's at the end of the fields, and it's there to keep people. They want you out of the fields between certain. Who knows exactly, but it was.
It does mess with your brain, man, in an attempt to create chaos, and anxiety.
Because I've been talking about this stupid thing, and I couldn't figure out what it was.
You should just dress up like a devil witch and walk around town.
It's not even that big of a town. There's only like 50 something.
I demand discipline, worm.
They're all becoming with pitchforks and torches at this point. So
well, then you gotta move.
I am.
Where are you going?
That's
places,
right?
Yeah.
People, nobody's moving at this time. But this is a game. Like, so then, and like I told you, there's certain parts of it I can't really say until I get out of here, because I know that.
How long have you lived there? How long have you lived
about
there?
a year.
Have you lived? And have you lived in Ohio all of your life?
No, God, no. And I'm not in Ohio. I've never lived in
Iowa, or where is it? Iowa. Is it Iowa? Is it Iowa?
Yeah.
Okay. How long you lived there?
Was born here, And then I
Okay.
lived there up until I went to Cheyenne, Wyoming as a flight dispatcher out of aviation school. From
Okay.
Cheyenne, Wyoming, I moved to LA where I lived in Burbank. Then
Okay.
when Brody, who is 17 now, so when he was coming about, then I moved back to Madison, Wisconsin. And then when Brody's dad died, I wound up back here. So
Okay. So you back where you started. And
yes.
It sounds like your environment is telling you to go.
They're not.
It's
It's
time
not
to
just
go.
the environment. The people are telling me to go.
Yes, the entire thing is an environment.
Right.
The whole thing. I mean, I'm not trying to make light of it at all.
No. It was just
Yeah.
it was just weird because poor Bigfoot Michigan Rob BMR has had, and thank you BMR for the super chat. Like that was so cool. I really, really appreciate that. But I was telling, I don't know if you missed it, but BMR, like I've been literally like I've called and I was like, I don't know what to do. This thing is like circling around. I think there's 2 different things that I'm dealing with, but whatever it is, I was told then that this is cursed land or something like that. And
Sounds like it came from a movie.
I don't know what movie, but then Rob
Poltergeist?
finds all this information. He finds all this information and like leads on this thing, and this, like thing that I've been talking about that's clicking. It's a thing, and it's only in this
Yeah.
small area, and it's not that big of an area, like
No.
not big at all. Like I'm talking, not that big. But yeah, so
Yeah.
it was a little alarming when you see like, and then it validates that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's also the part of madness too, when it validates things too, you know, like, yeah, you got confirmation, but then what are you left, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
And then yeah, you remember we were talking about it with the guy that took us to the bathroom with him on you know, during the show.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
talking about it, and he's like, you want to know? And no, I really don't want to know. I didn't want to know. I just wanted to get and just stay away from it and get the heck out of here alive. That's what I really wanted to do. I didn't think I needed to even know what it was. And I usually need to know these things. That's how eerie it was. But
well,
then
how else are you supposed to do battle with it if you
I wasn't gonna battle it. I was gonna move. I'm moving. I just was
how do you
like,
retreat? How do you
Yeah.
retreat when you don't know what you're dealing with? Yeah, thank you.
Oh, Shelly, thank you so much, and happy birthday, Mojo. People are wishing you a happy birthday in there.
I am honored.
Thank you
I am
so
honored
much.
to be here.
Yes. Oh,
I'm
wow.
honored to
Thank
be
you,
here.
guys.
I'm honored to have everybody wish me a happy birthday. Hell yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, BMR. Thank you guys. It really does. And like I said, oh hey, Kirby Culture. Look at who's here.
Yeah, Jennifer Hicks.
Jennifer Hicks is here.
Yes, Jennifer Hicks. Let's see here. Do you have would you want to hear any experiences, or what would you like? We were able to talk about one experience last time, which is the drone thing. But
let's get into it.
Well, what do you want to know? Like, what would you like? I mean, I've had a variety of things.
What would you think my because we got some great people in this chat, and you guys in chat, if you have something, we're hitting a topic. This is Mojo's birthday today, and he covers the esoteric like you wouldn't believe, and he can like he has like you can't guilt him into like helping you because he'll just tell you that he's very strict with his how would you say that?
Strict with strictness?
Yes, strict with your strictness. And he's just gonna push you out there and tell you to deal with it for yourself. You know,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Just go do it.
Just succumb to it, and just I'm like, I don't want to go out like this, Mojo. I don't want to go out like this.
Well, maybe you're supposed to disintegrate that part of yourself and reconstitute yourself into something else. Maybe it's the part of your own psychic and consciousness evolution that you have to go through this process, and it feels like the world is collapsing around you, or too crazy or too weird, but it's supposed to happen so that you come out that other side. The alternate universe, the new you know, that's when things feel like it's like a storm above you, right? And it's just all of this stuff at once. you know.
Yeah. How else do they hit you? My life doesn't go. It's not like you can see these little, like, my life goes from like zero, like being okay, to like plummeting. And look at my computer. My webcam goes. Then the next show might blow us up. But luckily, I have good people around me. You know what I mean?
Catastrophic failure will happen. It just happens.
Well, it
Sometimes
does.
I haven't been able to do a show. You know, I just have to go.
But like, it's really made me see how things are different. Like if Rob hadn't been there, and Rob and I have become like really close friends, and he's like, you know, when you have that support, then it wasn't. Usually I probably would have had that computer out in the middle of the house. You know what I mean?
Setting it on fire.
Yeah.
I know. I've been there.
I've
been there. Like I just use the analogy like dodging bullets on Neo. Whenever you're using electronic equipment or any kind of things online, you also almost have to prepare for the worst and see how you're going to be able to overcome it or not. You know, it happens. You know, like when you were on my show, luckily you were able to take over as I was having problems, and I found out what it was. It was a Windows update that had altered a few things and started making the frequency of my voice through my microphone fuzz out. And you were there to keep it going, keep the conversation going along with others as I was going through the various processes of recycling the information on my computer and turning it off and coming back on. And
were you panicking?
No, I mean, I've gotten to the point where like I'm willing, I can start to think a little bit like for solutions in my head, like while something is happening. And it's just, but it's been trial and error. It's been humiliation and like butt hurt sometimes. And it's been a lot of shit, man. Like it happens. Sometimes I get pissed, you know, but you know, don't take anything seriously.
Yeah. Real quickly. Thank you, Walter. So it's greatly appreciated. And that really means a lot. And reading the comments, you guys really means the world to me, because I'm telling you, it makes you, I'm telling you, with the support system, even people like, you know, I'm like, I feel so close, like with chat and like the people there, you know, like go and times off, I get to go and hang out like in BMR's chat and, you know, chit chat with them on the opposite end of it or be on the opposite, you know, I like that bonding time, but it helps so much. And that's why I encourage, you know, if you guys have something's going on, like come in here and let us know in chat, or like come, you know, find me on the side, because I'll understand. Like I will understand probably more than you could realize. But things, and it just comes with this territory too. But
the more we communicate with each other's and while letting ourselves cook, the more it's going to get stronger. The more you're building a hive mind of people who want to co-create and do certain things, and the right kin will find you. And you'll sort through the ones that always say, hey, man, wouldn't it be great if we did a podcast together or get in a band? And they never show up. I've had a lot of those. But once I started thinking of myself as my own band and my own being comfortable with my own shoes and not caring about followers or likes, though I do appreciate them, not to say that I do, but I had to think about, I'm doing a creation. I'm making something. I want a good product. You know, I want to, you know, so when you say I'm strict, I am always strict with communication. Like that's the biggest thing I do. Whenever I involve anybody in my project, I want them to be on the same level as me. And I want them to know that this is the way I'm going to run it. I'm going to do a sound check. I'm going to do, and I'm going to run through the whole process.
I didn't mean like that. You were strict. I mean, with your guidance of the dealing
strict with my guidance.
I mean, forced, and I was kind of trying to rush.
Okay.
I'm not talking about your podcast. Jeez Louise.
Oh, okay. God. Well, then never mind.
This is real. Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about that at all. I think your podcast, you did very well. You did it very professionally. You know, there's no complaints. I love being on your show. There's great people on your show. Jennifer Hicks was on your show in your audience, and she's on your show. So, you know, you got solid topic.
Yeah. Well, anybody's welcome. You know, doors open. Hit me up. Or
definitely.
Whatever, you know.
And then to Jennifer, I don't know if you could. I could give you a wrench if you could get the Podbeam for the channel, because I had it there. I just wanted to put it in chat so everybody had it. Or if we could get go over to Of the Dark Matters podcast and Podbeam. Okay. And so we can get that link in the chat so people can get over there, because there's a lot of Podbeamers, like the
It's just like, well, I mean, it's easier with like a lot of what you're doing, which is like you have YouTube, and YouTube is free. It doesn't require you to like make a profile. And like, I think that's one of the downsides to having Podbeam is that it wants you to have a profile. I think some people can get on there without it, but I know some people that have been unable to. So it's kind of, it's like Facebook. You got to sign in, you got to make a profile.
But that's the same thing with YouTube, I guess, don't you? Or I guess do
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I don't know why. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, some people like to be in front of the camera, and I personally like to do old school radio. You know,
yeah, I love it. No, there's nothing better, because when I first started doing podcasts, I've even said this before. I'm like, no, you guys don't understand. You could do it in your pajamas. You know, you didn't have to, like, nobody knew. I mean, you were going to tell them, hey, like, these are my pajamas or anything, but they didn't need to know that you were in your pajamas, you know.
Looks like you're frozen a little bit too. Like
you know why? Because I popped out real quick here.
Oh, okay. No, it's okay.
No, I was going to if I'm going to give them a wrench, and for whatever reason, it does that. So I just have to pop over there real quick. But yeah, if I look,
should I be talking about paranormal, or you want more esoteric
keep
talk?
Going while I take care of this, and I can get a wrench, and that way we can get your link over here, and we can move forward.
Oh, I just, you know, where would you like to go?
I would like to go into your wisdom and knowledge, like with your esoteric understanding, and the different.
I don't know any. The knowledge is I don't know anything and don't take anything seriously.
Okay, no.
That's the main.
That what separates you from, like, let's say a devil worshiper.
Because while I've read books on the left-hand path, I don't find it to be a path.
Explain. I don't know this. Like left hand, right hand, like
left hand and right hand path goes back in time to India, and I'll just real quick pull up the Wikipedia on that, so that I can properly describe it without sounding like a complete idiot. But I'll just because it's a pretty good thing, and I don't want to like pull from something and not have something for people to research. And this one was actually for a Wikipedia write-up. Wasn't too bad, but I'm going to look it up right now. It's going to pull it up, and basically, as I understand it, there's Western esotericism, which is left-hand and right-hand path, two opposing approaches to magic. Various groups engaged in the occult and ceremonial magic use a terminology and dictonomy based on malicious black magic, or on the left, benevolent white magic, good versus evil, very black and white, right? But it goes back to origins in Tantra in India, right-hand path being called Daka Sin Akara, maybe I said that right or wrong, and Vamakara, which is basically two forms of enlightenment, right? Which is you follow the path of law, the gods, right? When you see a god with their right hand up, that usually indicates a right hand path. You're trying to follow the idea of the clerical morality, right? That would fall in line with like Christianity on paper, and most Abrahamic, normal Hindu, you know, maybe even Buddhism. Buddhism doesn't really believe in gods, although they incorporate spirits. But yeah, that goes back there. And then the left-hand path deals with social taboos, personal power. You know, there's more than one path towards that, but that was basically what it was all the way back in India. Modern left-hand paths include anything that has to do with, I mean, occult magic goes either way, you know, left or right. I kind of feel myself to be like wanting to be the middle pillar. I want balance. I have a left arm and a right arm and a left leg and a right leg, and I want to be one. When I started getting into I am like mantras and trying to figure out the who I was, you know, and how I could manipulate certain things. And I started to figure out that it's possible through poetry, art, and music. And that's the true path, I think, to real magic. Like ritual in a lot of ways is to get you into the mindset, right? to build up this kind of disciplined order to your ritual, like the katas in martial arts. I would assume, it's from what I read and what I've known about that, it seems very similar. But I just feel like both are half a path and a single note, and you know, I don't feel the need. I have most of my ritual spaces in my mind. Like, I don't have to have an altar to anything. I don't have to. I still pray, you know, I still do a few things with magic and incantations and psalms and different things. But for the most part, like, I've come to believe that my imagination is the real magic. And most of the things that have been written from the perspective of the author. And when you're dealing with those said books, you're also, in my opinion, maybe summoning the subconscious, like, subconscious entities associated with that author, you know, like, that's kind of how I feel about it. So, like, I truly believe that, like, the quickest and the easiest way is, like, you know, is like, first start off with meditation and then start, like, creating and see what it does. Like, I believe the creator and the destroyer are one, like the yin and yang within inside us, and those jinn and those gods and angels are all inside us. And I think that they're all representation of what the creator adversary is. And I think that I have the ability, since I'm in this 3D world, and also within the multiverse of my mind, through my imagination, through my own empathy and, you know, psychic experiences and paranormal experiences, that it was always me, right? In some way, even if it felt external. But the more I got into, like, I am and the idea of that said conscious yin yang spirit, the more I was able to see things externally, you know, and feel things externally. Maybe I'm just crazy, you know. Maybe
we're all a little crazy, aren't we? I know my crazy.
Well, I mean, we just did an episode where we were talking about the archetypes of the Matrix, right? The archetypes of the Matrix, there's 4. It consists of psychopaths, normies, schizos, and then the program itself, right? Which is the illusion, the prompts, everything around us, right? And all of us who question here or have seen something strange would all be considered schizos that the psychopaths feed on, right? The normies basically are the law. They're the order. They are the ones that cancel you. They're the ones that want to maintain the status quo. Yeah. They want to keep the matrix going by any means necessary, and they're usually controlled by psychos. Psychos are the ones that can rise up and know that there's the matrix isn't perfect. So they climb the ladder of non-empathy and are able to do it. And that's why we all feel like, why can't we be there? Right.
A question really quick that Fallen had is that where the saying left-handed people are evil comes from? Like the left-handed, right-handed type deal?
Quite possibly.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You know, I think anything was labeled evil by the Abrahamic faith that didn't fall in line with what the priest wanted for control. Because previous to that, we were living in tribal societies, the hunter-gatherers. We had a shaman that was the person that was the in-between, most likely someone that had gone through something that allowed him to go either die mentally or spiritually many times. And then he was able to experience something, or she was able to experience something of the weird, what is behind the veil, the weird reality, right? And those people were able to translate the will of the gods or the spirits or everything around them, and then go back to the tribe. And that same person usually was never really a part of the tribe either. They were the outsider outside of the tribe, living like a hermit or a herbalist out in the forest, and the people came to them, right?
Yeah.
But then they decided that we weren't allowed to have those ways anymore, that we needed to have structure. We had to have order. We had to have no ties to our ancestors, all that kind of stuff. But in a sense, some of them still incorporated their own pagan rituals into organized religions we know today. And we know one, which is the Catholic Church, is got a lot of pagan rituals. The same way that saints are made is the same way that gods were made. There's a lot of belief systems that the gods were a part of a mythic age and part of stories and deeds that went on for eons. Right. So, but I've also seen this in like the voodoo and the religions, right? Where they turn a person who was an evil priest that hurt the slaves and they did magic, and they turn that person into a servitor, which later became a Loa. That's the same way that they elevate a lot of these people, in my opinion, unless I believe some of their anima is still here and very close to us. And I've had experiences with what people would consider God forms, both lucidly and on psychedelics, so you take your choice to believe whether or not what I experienced was a real thing or not. I don't care. It felt profound, and it didn't feel like I was taking hallucinogens on the couch on a Saturday to relax for for the weekend. But yeah, I've had those experiences. So that's another part of it being theist, right? Like I've seen spirits. I always was sensitive. I feel this feeling in the pit of my stomach, like an anxiety when time slows down. I don't know what that is. And then I end up seeing something that is, what I think is hiding to be human, or even something that is oddly strange. Like, I mean, I've had a couple like Bigfoot experiences since I've moved up here. I've had, you tell me, like, I don't know. Like,
what don't you know?
It is what it is. Like, I don't know. Like, is it a Bigfoot that I saw? It came to me and it told me telepathically it was a forest spirit.
It lied to you?
No. That's just, it didn't talk to me. When I looked at it, that was what came into my head.
Oh, okay.
Like a telepathic understanding, like, or just kind of, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just like, you look at it, and it's all of a sudden in your throughout your body, in your mind, you just forest spirit.
Yeah. Forest spirit. I think it's different for everyone, right?
Yeah, probably. We're all like, individuals, I think.
Do you think we all see things so differently? Is that why there is such a vast range or broad range of like descriptions that come with it, or is it tailored to the individual?
I think it's tailored to the individual.
Okay.
I think they can do whatever they are, whatever these things are. As far as if you want to go into ultra-dimensional beings or aliens, just my theory, I'm not going to say it's verbatim. I think that they have the ability to, if they have the ability like to shape change and blend amongst us, then they have the ability to do whatever they want. Like, they have the ability to change an environment. They have the ability to put something in your head of an experience that may not be the experience of that said experience. Maybe that's the missing time. Like, I don't know. I used to be a full-on believer of the actual experience. Like, oh no, that's what it was. But the more I questioned it, the more it cycled into my head, the more I came back to, like, I don't know. It was profound.
Yeah.
Right. It was profound. Like, anyone who's trying to claim that they're an expert at this said stuff and they know exactly what it is, I think that maybe you only know a little bit. I'd like to say you do. But that's just me. I'm not putting down anybody that is in those belief systems, but the more that I was revealed to it, I really don't know, and I think there's so many smoke and mirrors with all of this kind of stuff leading us into directions where we don't know, or think we know, like that I guess I've come out of it from being a full believer to trying to balance skepticism with belief, and only knowing that what I've experienced in my reality is what I can trust versus the stories or the UFO entertainment industrial complex or the cryptid industrial complex or the entertainment industrial complex or the ghost hunter, you know what I'm saying? You can only trust that, that you had something that was beyond belief that happened to you. Right.
Yes.
And still, like, we don't know. It's why it's an unidentified flying object. It's why it's a, you know, a phantom, you know. I mean, I don't know.
Right. I mean, is it, you know, sometimes it's like, I feel like we pull it. We obviously have the ability to pull it in.
Yeah.
Like I learned how to, and when people think like, go out and summon it, there's things that you can pull really closely.
Yes.
Like I've learned
Yes.
kind of even like, I don't even know if I have words for some of this stuff. We should have like a training, because some things you just have to show people, you know, that you can do.
Well,
It's like I can't really put words to it and how I'm doing it. Sometimes I don't even know how I'm like affecting, you know, let's say like electrical things. I don't know exactly how it happens. I know when it happens. I know what temperament I have to be at for it to happen, or where it has to hit me. You know, I know that part of it, but I don't know how to manifest it just like all on my own, how to get that emotion or to generate that emotion to make that happen, like just at will.
I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to say a word, and it'll just say it. I'm going to say butterfly. What's all in your minds? What color is
Captive.
the butterfly?
Captive.
Huh?
Butterflies are captive. Did you see my intro?
Captive?
Yeah, butterfly in the jar where it thinks it's flying.
Okay, that's what you saw. You saw a captive butterfly, but I was thinking of a monarch. But still, I said the word butterfly.
It was in a jar.
And now you've perfectly had a vision in your mind just from that one word of what it was without thinking. Now, how would you reproduce that into this reality? Beyond like getting a butterfly and sticking it on a thing, you would draw it out.
I'd let it go. But here's the thing about the butterfly. Here's the thing about the butterfly is that I think it goes through a metamorphic experience where it's in the cocoon, it completely liquefies.
Yep.
And then it's born, and they say the only thing that it does remember is the smell of when it liquefies. So that just liquefied and came out of a cocoon, like, as you know, something is, you know what I mean.
I think we're going too deep on the one word, but that's fine. Yeah, that's cool.
That's how my brain
See,
works.
now it's sending you into different places within your mind dealing with the butterfly, right?
Well, I'm wondering, I think a metamorphic experience or a metamorphic type thing happens in every situation. I just don't want to I don't want to come back as like the tree or something.
I would love to come back as a tree.
They live forever and you're stuck in one spot, people picking at you.
And the sun's always there and I get to be with the birds.
Yeah, now you're in Iowa, your leaves are going to fall off and you are going to die every year. Okay, that's how it works here.
Come back. It's almost like life. It's like spiritual death, right? Like,
yeah.
My leaves will eventually come back. They do.
Yeah. They do. They come back eventually. And then, it says we can manifest a lot of stuff. The deeper you dive, the more you're open to anything. Rob, I totally agree with that too. Yeah. It's how far you want to go. And I was warned. I was like, when I started doing like the steganography and cryptology stuff and worked with Richard Van Steenberg and the Hetlaw movement, he's like, are you sure you want to know? And back then I was like, the ego was still alive and kicking. And I was like, what do you mean am I sure I want to know? Hell yeah, I do. Like, and he's like, no, you don't understand. You can't unsee these things. You can't unlearn these things. And the truth,
that's exactly the truth.
You walk alone.
That is, and it's a river of madness. Yeah. Do you fear the river of madness, or do you just
not anymore? Well, I didn't know that it was that painful either. I was there. It was that painful. Yeah.
The more you have experiences, the more you feel yourself like disconnected from the rest, right? The rest of humanity, a little bit.
Yes.
Yes. But I mean, the intention is that you seek like you're doing here and bring other peoples that have had experiences that can also share and help and talk about them with each other without, I mean, you're still going to get ridiculed, but if you're doing something right, the story should just like be able to speak for itself, right? Doesn't matter what they think. Who cares what they think? Those people are demons. They're just here to torment you. If you're doing something right, you're going to have haters. That's how you know. You're going to have haters.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but you're going.
I know.
You're doing something right.
So are they.
Yeah. No, well, yeah.
I just wish they would take a nap once in a while. Just go spend some time off their computer, maybe eat something, sleep a couple days. I don't know. Just let it. Yeah, that'd be great. But Shelly Montgomery, she said, I found so many people, or so many of us seem to hold puzzle pieces. I'm trying to figure out what our connections are. I've said the same thing. I used to say this all the time when I was a therapist. I would be like, to my clients from time to time, I'm like, it's like taking 1,000-piece puzzle and just dumping it down.
Yep.
But you got to find the corners, you got to find the edge, because you just find those middle pieces sporadically, you're not going anywhere. But Shelly, I too think that. I think we need to learn, and it really comes down to, we need to start asking the right questions, and really figuring some of this out. And two, like pooling our resources. Like, there's so many people, like I always tell people, you guys in chat, if there's somebody that, maybe you can't want to talk to, and they won't, or for whatever reason you can't reach them, reach out to me, because I'm like more than willing to bring them on so you can ask your questions. It's always good to ask your questions yourself, because that's the only way that it's gonna, so hey uncle, nice to see you in here. Yes, I hope we don't have to wait following that long until we die to find the truth. But I mean, that's obviously when the mysteries are going to be revealed. But it'd be nice to know we're on the right path.
Well, you just kind of just say that you're on the right path.
I'm on the right path.
You're on the right path. You're exactly where you're supposed to be at this time. And you're talking to me and all these people that are wonderful that are in your audience. And we're all here at the same time enjoying a human experience together. And I think the meaning is purpose and meaning. And my purpose is I go to work and I come home and I hang out with my wife, and that's my purpose in my life. My dogs, I find meaning through my creation. I make that my spiritual part of me, and that's how I think that any creation I do, I just started thinking of it as magic. Like, I'm doing magic. I am doing magic. I am doing magic. I am, and then it just kind of flooded out, I think sometimes before I was fully aware, I think that I unconsciously channeled things, right?
Oh, yeah.
I unconsciously channeled things. Like, I wrote about things that almost seemed prophetic in my last band. Like, what was going on? I think it was on that route anyway. And then when I became aware of it, then I understood like it's all inside me, even the memories, even the things that I felt were external, and they're still there. And, it's been awesome. So many questions I just dumped in. It's not actually knowing. I didn't know what she said right there. What she said. Okay.
Oh, you're talking about Shelly? Here you go.
Yeah. What'd she say? Okay.
So many questions. I jumped in not actually knowing even where to start. Definitely got that she's crazy. Oh yeah, I get that all the time, girl. All the time.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're gonna get that.
Talking about now, or yeah. Oh yes, Shelly. Oh yes. And
let them think you're crazy.
Okay, that's all fun and games, and I'm just gonna lightly go into what happens when they can think you're crazy. Is that you can be taken against your will and locked up in an area against your will behind secure doors. And
there's always that.
There's always that, and that right there, as a punishment, I've encountered, and I don't like it, and that's the part of it where I'm like, because I fought the system. Because I fought the local, they're watching, believe me, they let me know, they have their little intel and whatever. And I'm so close to a big case that just has to go through the Supreme Court, but that can happen. So, I tell people find, if that's what's happening, don't battle them alone. Don't go out there alone. You're going to put a target on your back. And if you hear things that are starting to sound like this person is that, because you're going to trigger some people. I can just walk through the grocery store and there's still people that remember me from, more of my activist days. And
Yeah.
they have like the look of hate like comes through them like fire. You can just tell like they.
Well,
Mm.
everybody deserves redemption, including you. You know, and
But if I you know what though, I don't think I
chaos
want
is
it.
really what is all around us, right? And that's what you
Mhm.
need to learn how to manipulate.
I just want them to leave me alone. I don't want to.
I
don't
know.
want to like.
I know.
They want me to sit there in front of a court and say that this is all conspiracy theory. That I'm like, you know, and I won't do it. I won't do it. That's all I probably at this point would take to end all of this is for me to get up there and say that I don't believe in what I'm telling people and doing, and that no, that's not the case. That is
No,
so far from
no,
the case that I
no.
won't do it. I will not do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So if that's where,
But I mean, those people are still going to consider you crazy. Like they're still going to talk shit and try to.
they know though. They know.
Yeah.
They know this is
Yeah.
a punishment. They know that I can feed, dress, and house myself. They know all of that.
Yeah.
Yet
Absolutely.
this is like this is the bad part about the blue line.
Yeah, I understand that. There's consequences to every action.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
But I also feel that that if you can find a way to mock it, then that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
But it has to be planned out. You have to use all of the
organized.
parts of your all of the magic in your mind, all your imagination in your mind to be able to.
If I like one of
to
these
figure it out.
times, I'll tell you some of the that you probably would be like, "Oh my!" And
I believe
I've
you.
gone to
I
some
know.
like
I was
extremes in
canceled.
disguises and all. Like I went full
Okay.
fledged into this.
Well, as soon as this stuff happening with these riots in 2016, that's when I started noticing that a lot of my friends who were liberal were like freaking out about every single thing, right? So it was sort of an invasion of the body snatchers moment for me. And at some point, as it started to kind of build up with this kind of, cancel culture, takedown, smearing type stuff, I've had that done to me where I used to live when I was a promoter. I had people that were friends that I thought were long-term, not knowing the difference at the time or being self-aware to know that some people are just there.
Yep.
They're not, some people are not really your friends.
Nope.
Just all of it. So, I had to get to the point of surrender and just saying, oh, they're going to say whatever they want to say about me. And they're just going to go ahead and do it. Like I guess I could go and go broke, and
No,
get a lawyer.
I guess my only part of it is that sometimes what they say about you, and I've ignored it, can lead to a situation where you are literally imprisoned and at their mercy.
Institutionalized. Yeah, I've been there too. I've been put on medications.
I didn't even do that much. But they did like keep me again. And it's not just been one. They came at me twice and they tried a third time. And if I didn't get an attorney and I didn't get involved in it, it would have continued to the point. And I see how it can happen. So I'm just saying when I hear people like Shelly and like, hey, you guys, like up until a certain point, like forget whatever they're saying. It's not true.
Yep.
It's not true.
Yeah, it's not.
You protect yourselves. Like,
yes.
Always don't go out and be doing this alone. You're putting a target on your back, and they want nothing more than to find and label a problem.
Yeah, I know. And I'm sorry that happened to you.
No, I just want other people. I don't ever want that. I don't ever want that to happen to another person that does not need to be there.
Well, the best way, what I would say is, sometimes you gotta think like them. Oh, sometimes you got to figure out a way to do it. Like if the law is working for you and that's what's going to protect you on that point, hell yeah. But it seems just like they're trying to mind fuck you a little bit.
Well, you saw Will Champion. Oh, we're past all that. You saw Will Champion on here the other day. He understands. He's just now got a piece of his life back.
Yeah.
After everything, because people think, oh, you go out there, you litigation. Anytime you even suggest that you're going to get an attorney, it is considered a threat to the other party. That's a threat. whether that's right or not. So when you start to get through all this, and I tell our Thunder Down Unders, like Spiritual Ascension and Benno and Spider-Bite and everybody that's from Australia, they're going through stuff right now. And I'm like,
they are.
Yeah.
I
said, I know how to organize. I know how to do this. If you could get, and I'm saying this, maybe just like throw this out there, get an email just of close people on a way to communicate. So that way there could be an information exchange. I would love to do that and get maybe Will in on it. So Spiritual Ascension knows what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, so, I've often told my friends in Ireland too, like the best way to communicate, like how to organize, is people used to go to taverns and pubs and played music. Maybe entertainment is the way to hidden behind comedy, or hidden behind a certain thing, to be able to disguise it, right, and still produce information.
We came up with all the plant, like here, like we lead a grass like roots movement, like the way that I was able to get out text messages anonymously, how we were able to keep our anonymity through some of it, because they monitor everything, and there's
they want to quell it.
Yeah, like
they want to quell it.
Proton mail if you're able to, or like just there's better ways where it's encrypted more, but there is a very important part of organizing, and if you're organized,
together strong.
Yes.
I believe that too. I do believe that too. I would love to I guess the more we talk about it, as long as we have free speech, we can openly talk about it, right? Like we can go on behalf of them and let them know that's what, being a part of this new media is, I think.
That's why this is so important to me too, because this is a platform that, we should be able to trust. And if there's like, call it, like people come on here and like, I'm like, they're doing their job. Nobody should not ask questions. There shouldn't be like information that's so, that somebody, when you see like one group trying to shut it down completely, no, you have to know both sides of it. And you have to ask questions. It's not offensive that by any stretch of your imagination. They're doing their jobs.
You only know who your conquerors are by what you cannot criticize.
Yeah, that's true. But this should be like a safe haven where we could come to. Like, I'm just saying that's not, this is like not above, you know what I mean? Like if there's stuff going on in parts of the world, we can connect people, but we really like just stay in touch and stay organized. Like, and
definitely
reach out.
Try to create that hive mind.
I was always told the hive mind was not a good thing, but I don't know. Can you explain? What do you mean by that?
Well, I have people that, including my wife, can put. I mean, because I'm close proximity to her, she can think of something and send me to the store, and I can go grab it. I mean, that's an example of, I think, of unconscious ability to be like that. I have people that I've known for a very long time, and I mean, this is speculation. Maybe I knew them in a past life, right, or past dimension. And for some reason, when they have an issue or a problem, or they need me, and I'm that connected to them, I can feel them, and then I all of a sudden may get a phone call from them, or feel the need to do it myself. And then, oh yeah, something's going on. That's that kind of stuff. I think that's latent within us all. Right. And I think that's also part of it too. But, when I mean mock things, like,
I'm wondering what you mean. Cause I'm like, I always think of like the cryptids mocking, but
okay. You never apologize. If someone's attacking you, you attack them, and then people go, "Nah, it's negative. Don't do that." But you have to be able to defend yourself, right?
Okay, so let me see.
And through humor, memes, you can do those kind of things.
Okay, so when I was in the clinic, when I was a therapist, I was trained by Dr. Daniel Hughes in dyadic developmental psychotherapy, and what we did was we would enter an intersubjective experience with somebody, so we would match their affect, but we would remove the emotion. So if they were like, I don't know, then I would go, but I didn't, when I would talk to them, because it would somehow validate it, but I wasn't angry at them like they were. I wasn't like, is that
You're detached. Yeah, you're detached. You're letting your shadow self out a little bit. Your shadow self's going to have some time to play to defend you. Using humor is, I think, the best way if you can figure it out. One of the things that makes me laugh that I would have to say when something was shitty or I was depressed about something, I'd have to go, well, maybe it's supposed to be like that, and then I'd laugh and it kind of opened it up. But yeah, art, music, the greatest fear of anyone in the times of, the times of the bards, right? Like bards were more feared than a magician. You want to know why bards were feared more than magicians?
Why is that?
Because you could write a song about somebody and it could be humorous. And if that song happened to catch and become popular, that not only would that person be dealing with the the humor and the ridicule of said song, but generations would go by and those descendants would feel it as well. A magician may give you a clubbed foot, but a bard could write a song or do art about it, and it could possibly become eternal. That's why I think it's those things are real, like magic, right? From the imagination. I'm not trying to say go and instigate if that's not in your heart, but part of comedy is the making fun of people, places, and things, and governments, and all sorts of stuff. You notice there's not a lot of comedies anymore. Are we allowed to laugh?
Oh yeah,
yeah, and it's
make jokes
and it.
all day long.
You know what I'm saying, but like in popular culture.
Yeah,
right?
but everybody else is like, "Ooh, you can't say that," and I'm like, because there's always an element of truth to every joke. That's
how you rattle the cages. Yeah, and then you let them sling arrows at you, verbal insults. Let them take it. Get to the point where you're having a problem where you can't think, "Oh my God, this is happening," but then at a certain point through that evolution, you're gonna eventually say, "Fuck it, I don't care what the fuck they say. I don't care what they do. I'm gonna live my life,"
Which I did, and up until the time they tried to destroy my life, and that's where I had a problem.
Yeah, I know.
Up until that point, I was all good, but like when I saw how much destruction could be done like that, then I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" It was a whole new realization and a whole new low. When like rock bottom, like who knew rock bottom had a base?
Well, you've been trying to help people. You've been trying to put out information, right? Whether people like it or not, that's the whole part of like your show is like people of different experiences, different points of view, different philosophies, right? Of this experience, right? This all started with Corey Good, right?
A lot of it, yeah, for Corey.
Okay, so like whether you like Corey Good or not, he has the right to speak, even if it's gibberish.
Even if you don't,
if you don't like him, but
even if you don't like him, he still has the right. Everybody has the right to take their stand. I
don't know. Right? I may be a complete and total idiot. I know I can be a dick. I know I can be a good friend, but like this person has a right to speak. Right? Like even people you don't agree with, I would rather hear like someone say they're like full on goose stepper Nazi, right? And they're out there, and that if they become hidden, then you don't know what they're doing. You need to know what you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about what's right or wrong. I'm saying that person, regardless,
they're not hiding and telling you there's somebody different. And like, I don't know if you've ever seen the series Hunters with Al Pacino. And they're like,
I didn't watch it. No.
Have I asked you this before?
No.
Okay. Well, if the movie, I'm not gonna be a wrecker of the movie. What do you call it? One of those people. But let's just say not everybody who you might think is a certain person is not the person, fighting against. There's so many things. If you watch that movie, if you've seen that movie, that is how I see things a lot of the time.
All right.
So yes.
To each their own. You have your own view and your own view.
You should watch it though, and I think you would see like the trickery. You know, it's like nobody is who you think they are when it's.
Well, that's exactly what life is. Just look at all these politicians, man. Right. They've all been revealed. Why are we marching to war when we don't want it? Did we ask for AI and call centers? No.
No. God,
no. Why are they owned by? Why are they somebody owned by foreign lobbyists?
Like, and a pool boy with a fan, you know, like a palm leaf, and I didn't get any of that. Like, you know, it's just like they're joking about that part, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, you don't have. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I mean, the more you talk about your experiences, and this is what keeps a lot of people away from talking about their experiences, is the ridicule. When in fact you should. That's why I say they should all come out. You know, they can't stop or silence us all. Right. You know, and the more people that talk about it and try to, I mean,
do you know what I found out?
You can believe me or not. Like, I'm telling you a story of something that I have no proof of. You know, you know, if you don't think I'm honest, cool. If you think that I'm being straight with you, or if you believe my story, or you like what I have to say, then hell yeah. If you don't, whatever, go blow.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
Whoa.
What?
Go ahead. I interrupted you. I don't know. Am I muted?
No.
Okay. Something going on? What's going on, Coley?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't know if this is an outburst or if it's like.
Oh yeah, I do a lot of that.
I mean, I didn't know. I have to ask. I'm not going to assume anything at this point.
Unsane. Yeah.
What are we unseeing?
Oh, unsane. Yeah. So I was Mojoe the Mad. And then according to my insurance company, I
So
now I was sane. And then now that they've accepted me back to go and talk to my therapist, I'm unsane now. Totally unsane. Yeah.
When did you change that?
I'll change it around. I like to be a man of many shapes and many forms and many characters. Look, right now I'm wearing a hat.
Oh, definitely. The chat loved your hat. T-Bone had said something before. And
you guys want to see it?
Is so important. Spiritual ascension. I'm with you on that. You have to take accountability.
Yeah. All the good and the bad. Yeah, I got a little eagle feather in there and stuff. You know, it's a little hobo hat. Yeah. You know, I figured I was wearing different costumes, and maybe every time you have on the show, I'll be like, next week I'll be a mermaid.
Yes, and then you know what? You're coming back next Sunday. So today was your birthday, and it happened to work out that way. So you'll be back next Sunday.
Yeah.
And so people in chat too, if there's like a topic that you would like Mojo to cover, we can get that all planned out before, and I can get the phone lines up and running too if you want that.
Yeah, we were really fluidic tonight, just with conversation going back with, you know, things that we experienced. And, you know, I mean, I still have, you know, I still haven't talked about all one of the ones I could talk about is the weird Bigfoot thing.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if it was a Bigfoot. You want to hear a fairy story too? I think I told, did I tell you the fairy story?
You guys asked me if I wanted to hear a Bigfoot story and then told me you didn't
know. No. I'm just going back and forth. Sorry. Okay. All right. Here it goes. Okay. All right. Moved here to Eastern Washington.
Oh, real quickly though, before we get into this, Fallen wants to know if that hat belonged to a dead person.
Yes.
I know. I believe this. He must have been. You must be intuitive. He has his.
I'm joking.
Oh, and I'm not sure if it is. Is it? Do you know? Do you know if it does or not?
What?
That hat
belonged to a dead person?
Yeah, or something on that hat is the.
No. I just designed the hat with the hat belt.
Where'd you get the hat from?
Online. Some hat shop that was selling.
Dead hat shop.
Dead man's hat shop. Yeah, it was pulled from Baron Samdi. Yes. He handed me this hat, and I have a feather.
Yeah, okay. No. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, this is the hat. If you guys want to take a look at the hat belt designed, you know, the hat I didn't create myself. I didn't weave that.
Well, sometimes thrift stores like the hat, you know, I have one that I got, like, it's so cool. I'm like, this thing has a personality of its own.
Yes, Lincoln's hat. Yes. I like to make stuff. I like old hats. I like cowboy hats. I like felt hats. I've loved hats since I was a little kid. Maybe whatever I was in a past life, liked hats because I can remember seeing pictures of me at 1 and 2 wearing hats, different kinds of hats. And now that I have glasses and I can't wear sunglasses, I wear a hat, and it's better than an umbrella. I mean,
Sure.
I also like to sometimes dress up, and you saw me last time in my suit and tie and vest, and sometimes I like to do that. And every gentleman needs a good hat, right?
I love your personality, and it comes out and you're expressive like that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I like being what I am. I am what I am. Again,
Mhm.
I am.
So
And
that's what we love around here. We love
Yeah.
that you are, because if you were like everybody else, a normie, you probably wouldn't really even be here. To be quite honest,
Yeah.
if you were, you'd be insulting left and right. So we're just gonna go with that. Like, so that's a compliment here. That's a
Well,
compliment.
thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, part of the idea of making my magic, my art, poetry, and music, taking from what I took from, my bookshelf and different things that I've read and the different avenues I've gone down to. Part of it of declaring oneself a shaman and magician is you have to look to pot too. Maybe that's cuckoo bananas, but it adds to the magic of creation, right? Like the mad scientist, the manicness, the ability to pull
The
things
ability
out.
to play, that
Yeah.
ability to engage in that playful. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So I like the idea of being able to be theatrical. I did it up on stage, anything for a role if I have to. I like the idea of pretending that I'm a pirate one day, or like a 18th century noble, or a cowboy, or like whatever. Like, why not?
You wear
why
many
not
hats.
Yes, why not? Why not be able to shapeshift, a little bit in your life? And I feel like I sometimes channel these characters. Like when I channeled the 18th century nobleman for 2 weeks, I couldn't stop saying the lexicon of the 18th century slang. In fact, it motivated me so much that I actually bought a book to continue this called, well, you're not going to be able to read that because it's upside down or reversed. 1811 Dictionary of the Vulgar Tongue. And it's all the speak that has gone away from slang that we used to do. But yeah, I like that. I like being able to be somebody else sometimes, and still be me,
Mhm.
but be able to take on, that aspect as part of, so magic
It's
in
a
your
part
everyday
of
life.
yourself. It definitely is a part of yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is.
You know,
And, that's what I think. I mean, I can also, I've dressed, outside of this. This is just my normal clothes. I've been kind of relaxing all day.
he's getting real
My
comfy
wife,
now.
my wife Silva bought me this jacket, because
cool.
I'm into like Nordic spiritualism and looking into the Nordic gods and different modern theories upon it. I've kind of used that mostly as a foundation based on experiences in my orality with some of them. And, I branched out though, as far as, the god Odin, right? Odin wants you to learn new knowledge constantly, right? That includes a knowledge of all sorts of things, even scripture, whatever, it's just more knowledge. And like what I've noticed too is when people have tried to, confront me on my belief system or, call me a Satanist or whatever, on top of that, if you learn a little bit of scripture, you can quote it back to them. People that are trying to attack you. It's one way to attack based on knowledge than, complete maliciousness, but yeah, this is the jacket that I got for my last birthday. So,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
It fits you. It's definitely your personality.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
like
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Hope to get another one soon because there's some pretty cool ones there. But
Well, if she's listening, maybe tomorrow. Yeah.
well,
Hint.
tomorrow's dinner, I'm going to go to a Baja seafood restaurant since the the city I live in is expanding and deciding to add more people here. They come with new restaurants. A lot of people from San Diego moved out of California based on the amount of money we were having to pay for gas and electric. So there's a lot of San Diegans here. And so now we have Baja Mexican
Burbank,
foods.
so I
And this
know.
place is called Mahara Mia. They make like shrimp cocktail stuff, like stacked up. It's gonna be cuckoo. And yeah, that's my dinner for tomorrow. But I'm I thought I was maybe talking about something and I went off on another tangent. But
Yeah,
no.
you were going to tell us about Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. We just moved up here to the Pacific Northwest. It was 2018 on the cusp of 2019. And when we got here, it hadn't snowed, but then right after that, there was a big snowstorm, and we've had to, doing a lot of shoveling and stuff like that. So I heard something like walking on my deck, and then walking on my roof, and it sounded a lot like footprints. That's really odd. Maybe it's just the house creaking. It's a house. There's snowing, whatnot. So then the winter passed and became spring. I'd say it's sometime around March of 2019. Like, it could be a little earlier than that. And we started hearing a series of like knocks at our door that were like weird. It was like just like a one finger knock at the door. It was like, or like really quick. And I opened the door and nothing's there. Right? Kids, maybe they're just playing a prank or whatnot.
What about like ding dong door ditchers?
No doorbell, just a knock at the door. So that happened more than a few times. See, this is the problem with this memory too, because for some reason I feel like my wife's telling me a different story, but I'm remembering a different story. Okay. And this is weird too. I don't know. I can't explain it. Maybe I'm just crazy, whatever. Apparently she was there with me. Okay. I had told the story in the past that she had left the room, but now she's correcting me. No, I was in the room. I'm like, okay, why do I remember that you left the room and I went to go do this? She goes, I don't know. Maybe you're just, whatever. Okay. So end of the argument. But anyway, here's the story. Hear a knock at the door real quick. It's a sunny day. My wife says she went to the window. She was seeing outside the window what may or may not be there. I said, I'll go answer the door. And I did. In my memory, she was leaving to go to the bedroom to go get her makeup on and do her stuff. Okay. But in her memory, she was there with me. And I don't know why I don't remember that. Maybe
T-Bone said that happens, but when there's stuff like that goes on, it seems like that does happen.
Okay, so I'm being honest with this one. I just want to be honest with all of it, okay? Because I literally may have told the story wrong, or maybe I didn't, but I'm telling it now as I remember it. So I go to the door, open the door. Now all of a sudden, time slows down. I'm looking directly across my driveway. My driveway has like a walkway that leads to steps that go down to a very small driveway that has like facing directly across is my neighbors, and it's a 2-lane street. Okay. I open the door. The first thing I see is my neighbors. They're like doing something out of their car. Okay. This was weird.
Like, what are they doing out of their car?
Just putting stuff out of their car.
Oh,
maybe
You said
raking
weird. I didn't know.
No, I mean that was part of the weird part, but this is where it gets weird. Like time slows down.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little pine tree like on the corner of we have kind of an uplifted like small grassy area, and my neighbor has a pine tree and we have a shared yard. I'm looking out towards that tree, and what looks like is a shadow of a man running in place. He went from really small, it looked 2-dimensional. And then this thing ran across to my neighbor's driveway. And it looked like it was shadowy. It was all shadow. Like it was like distorted. That's the only way I can explain it. It looked distorted. Okay. As it's moving. I mean, almost like whatever the anima or whatever the thing that's on it that's keeping it shadowed was giving off some sort of like shadowy like emanations, almost similar to like when you see a barbecue where you see this like the heat coming off the side of the wall. Well, that was kind of like that, but this thing was black. All right. So it goes around to the side of my neighbor's house, which her garage extends into kind of a long walkway that goes to her door. I see this thing. This thing was massive. It put its hand like over the gutter, and then it turned its head to look at me, whatever that head may be. Okay. And then it turned and faced me with its arms down. It had really long arms, almost no neck. All right. Its head looked like a praying mantis like shaped. Like the reason why I say this, it was very like triangular in the head, very center, very massive shoulders. Okay. And the only thing that I could see
What color was it?
completely
Pale?
like black.
Oh, black. Oh.
Made of shadow. This thing had like the only way that I could tell about its muscle structure, its face or whatever, is that light was reflecting on the edge of its muscles, on its chest. It had white eyes, like pure white eyes looking at me. Okay. And it stood there and I looked at it and I just got this immediate impression from it when I looked at it was forest spirit. Like it was, that's all I just knew it. It wasn't like I was thinking it in my head with my internal language. It was forest spirit. And then, I just said, nope, not today. And I closed the door and walked back upstairs. And I you know what I'm saying? Like, and then
I get that.
What's weird is a week later down in this park, not far from my house, a couple of friends were out walking the park and they saw an arm that looked like a shadow grab something from the ground right next to them that was really big. Now, I don't know like what that was. People say, oh yeah, it's blurry because it was a Bigfoot or it was, you know, I don't know. It's not
Jennifer
my only.
Hicks said definitely a Bigfoot.
Well, it wasn't conical. It was triangular, like I say, like a praying mantis type of thing. Like when you look at a praying mantis, just look at the shape of that head. Okay, that was the small head, maybe a little roundish on the top here, but it was very angular, triangular. And then there's another Sasquatch story. This one doesn't deal with any kind of like physical being in front of me. And like I said, I don't know, you know, I mean, I'm only assuming now, but I've told this story. I'd go camping to this place called Skookum Lake. Little did I know that Skookum in native means Bigfoot. It's on the reservation. It's a place of really weird energy. It's right by a lake. And I decided to go camping by myself since nobody would go with me. And I do like to go camping and, you know, be out in the woods. And I was on the edge of a campsite that was on the very edge of this really thick rainforest. In Skookum Lake, there's a north and a south, and I was at the south, and all of it was heavy, heavy woods, except for maybe a trail that goes around the lake. And that night, I was being assailed because I had gone on the first day when things start to get warm. Insects, damselflies. I mean, I was going crazy, and I'd forgot to bring my DEET, so I only had a candle, you know, a DEET candle, and I started lighting up or getting tea light candles around the area because maybe these bugs would be attracted to light. So I put it on top of the little table that was there, and my little table next to me, and there's a place where you store your food in this metal container, right? Like next to the campsite where the fire is. And I had, you know, I don't know if anyone's who's been out in the woods where you do a lot of work, but you're not tired because you're so relaxed because you're in an area that's just so peaceful. I mean, loud, like lots of birds and animals and all sorts of shit. But so it was like 2 a.m. I start seeing weird lights in the sky, followed by, and they were like orangey orbs that were like kind of like coming in and out of shape and focus and distorted. Then I hear what sounds like a jet fly by, and then it goes away. Shortly thereafter, I'm hearing howls and knocks on trees from different parts of the woods. It would be like the sound that would be like, ah, knock. And then another one that was closer, ah, knock. And then another one, ah, knock. And then I heard like what sounded like something in the woods going through leaves, like walking, kind of back and forth from where I was. And I remember thinking in my head, I'm like, what are you? Are you guys like warriors? Like, what's going on? And then I heard, ah, knock. And then everything felt silent. It was just owls all night long.
Oh, the owls.
Yeah, they're loud at night, especially in an area with the, So that was my two stories. And yet I couldn't tell you for sure, like, is this a Bigfoot or is what I experienced a cryptid or something? Could it have people, oh, maybe you heard elk. I'm like, I've heard elk. I've been out in the woods. But this didn't sound like this sounded like recordings that I heard of Bigfoots. Right. So yeah, those are those two. A lot of strangeness out in these out in these woods out here in Eastern Washington. A lot of weirdness.
Oh yeah, there are some. Yes, there sure is.
Yeah. The first one, when it comes to like these entities, like a lot of the time, I feel like they just want me to know that they exist. Right? Like I just think that they're passing by to say hello, and as shocking or weird as it is, like even the dark ones, I've only had one experience with something that felt like a dark entity that like I dealt with. But that was, I mean, it felt like a dream, but it was really vivid. And like, I couldn't tell you if that was for real or not, but the message of that dream was that, demons and devils come to you in the guise of a friend. They want you to let them in. Let me in.
The least point of resistance.
Yeah, let me in.
Like he'll tell you that he thinks that ET comes off and that we think that they're all things because it's less resistance. If they can just keep doing what they're doing and keep moving along, you won't cause them problems. But yeah. It's interesting.
I don't know. I mean, they were profound. Those two. I mean, I've had more.
Those are definitely profound. No, I'm thinking about it because it's until you go through something like that, and until you understand, like it's you have a hard time. Like I don't know. I would like to think there's nothing outside my window, but the dresser dumped over, and like there's points, and I remember talking about it, and like Wonder Bob makes me wonder when he takes you to the bathroom with him. He said, you want to know, like you have to know. I didn't. And you said before too, you're like, I didn't think you can't remember exactly what you're talking about. Like you needed to know. There's some things I just don't like. That was one thing. Cause I think when I find out, I'm just like going to want to get the hell like out of here. And I don't want to pack it up in the middle of the night. Well, I mean, I'd like this to be an organized move, but I'm getting out of here.
It's already affected you.
Yes, it has.
You already can see them, and it doesn't stop with just one event. In my opinion, I've known people that have had multiple experiences with stuff, and it all starts with one thing, right? Like whatever that may be, the catalyst that allows you to see it. But I tell that to everybody that I know. I'm like, now that you've had this experience, be prepared to see more. Be prepared to see more. Because now you're no longer blind, or they want you to see them, and that's kind of what I felt like it was. With
or do they now know I can see them? Like that's what I feel like.
Well, maybe you can. I mean,
no. Like
it's all like vibration, spirit. Right?
Yeah, like a spirit knows when somebody, and once they know,
just cut out there.
Desperate to get their messages across.
Okay.
Thinking like maybe now did I send out a call like, oh, we got one that can see us or something. I don't necessarily want them to know that. You know what I mean?
I always got the impression that they wanted me to see them. It was all about like shaking my hand sort of in a way. That's how it felt like mentally.
Will you come on over here?
Does that make sense?
Your hand out there. I'm gonna stick your hand out there. I live in the most desolate area you could possibly, and it was so appealing at first until something like this goes down. Then you're like, what? was I thinking? Where the neighbors, I mean, like, what the hell was I thinking? But
well,
yeah.
I think you're going to have to deal with spiritual warfare and 3D warfare. And, you know, I think that this is the time to learn how to do these things, you know. So I've been told fight magic with magic, right? I mean, if you're being assailed by stuff, that's your best defense. But your best defense is, I think, for anything is oneness, knowing yourself, knowing what you can do, knowing what your special gifts are, you know, and learning how to use those gifts to be able to protect yourself and to be able to like attack if you have to. Nobody ever wants conflict or drama, you know, even if it comes to weirdness. Like, we'd much rather just like, you know, like not have it happen. But like, I mean, anytime I've noticed, I mean, like just the instance of as you were a kid and you were bullied, right? Like when did you say no more and punch the bully in the face? Wouldn't you try to find solutions like for protection? I think that makes
the
us
only
open.
way you can get it to stop is to take control of it.
Whatever way that is, whatever.
What was that thing called? Tetherball. I took that and it whomped and it stopped.
Yeah. Or the posture of playing an instrument, right? Like, you know, you can either do rigid or you can do you know, very loose, you know, just to play a bass or guitar. I think it's the same said with magic too. You know, I think it's about finding your niche. Not everything's going to work for you that it works for somebody else, right? And if my magic is that imagination, then that's my best shield, you know, my best, what I can do. I mean, I don't know.
No,
I am sympathetic to what you've gone through, and I'm sorry. I'm not putting it down or taking it lightly. Yeah.
No, I know. I just want to thank BMR and Moon at Noon for the super chat or super stickers. That means a lot. Thank you guys so much. It's very much appreciated. But yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I do. And I think, you know, it's not, I appreciate you. Like, I wouldn't ask you if you didn't have a different take. And I don't ask people because I want them to tell me the answer I want to hear. I want them to tell you the truth. I might like try and like weasel my way like around it, find some loopholes. Okay. But that's not your problem. That's like me. That's how I roll. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's it. It's a part of my personality.
All of us want to find a shortcut to a path that should be done with much discipline.
Right.
You know,
but there's like a sense of urgency at times where it's like, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You start looking at every corner like, oh look, I'm gonna start going through a book of maledictions these people don't deserve. You know.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I tell you what.
You asked about the threefold, or the basically like
the
when you do something. Okay, so there's some belief in this system, right, that it is justice, right? So if you're just, you know, going to cast crabs on your ex-boyfriend so that he never doesn't forgive you, that could come back to you probably. You know what I'm saying? But if someone is truly spiritually wronging you, or if they, you know, I mean, there's wolves everywhere, right? You know,
yeah.
And so it I would just say, you got to do that. You do the first step. I think the first step to all of it is oneness and mindfulness meditation, whether you are going and doing things through a shamanic route, through beats, or if you're going things through an altered states of consciousness, or, whatever, I think it all goes back. I mean, every time that I back in the day when I was, I felt powerful when I'd had visions on psychedelics, right? Mm-hmm. It ultimately led to some of those visions aren't going to be so light, not so powerful. Some of these things are going to be very dark, right? And how do you be able to deal with that when that happens? And I just came down to the realization that I don't want to deal with an entity while I'm on something. I'll leave that to other people that can do that. I'd rather face it face to face without being on something, right? Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
But I always felt like that was the shortcut to that path, right?
Definitely.
I even then like there had been some sort of entity or mind like construction that told me that kicked me out during a DMT trip, and I said, well, before you kick me out, what is the best way to do it? Is it meditation? Is this a shortcut? And it nodded its head, and then it kicked me out, and left me thinking about it for a while. So, yeah.
Man, oh yeah, T-Bone said ayahuasca. The DMT or the bufo, or no, yeah, I was don't the Cambo killer, but the bufo. I think this is Bob got mad when I called it the Cambo killer, but the bufo and the DMT are a lot alike. But the ayahuasca, that's definitely a trip on its own too.
I've never done ayahuasca. I've only done the shaka, the powdered 5-minute trips. That's what I did for a while. But it changed everything. I mean, at one point, there's a threshold with that kind of stuff, because with DMT and ayahuasca, you have to let go. It's so overwhelmingly sending you into this hyperspace that you have no other way but to let go and to go into pure consciousness. So in a way,
sweat every impurity out of your body.
Yeah, and then when you start to trip on, say, LSD or other things, then you start to see that that letting go, there when I first was doing it recreationally before I understood what it was about, it was, I didn't realize, there was always this fear of losing my mind, completely. I had this fear I was going to lose my shit, that I was going to go in crazy. You hear these stories, but what DMT taught me was how to let go. And that's when I started having the change with the different substances that ultimately led me to not do them anymore. But
right.
Yeah. So.
No, I understand that. I get that. And I definitely respect that. But
yeah,
I guess, too, until I just wanted to tell Chad, would it be helpful? I'm planning on opening up the phone lines for Mojoe the Unsane.
Mojoe the Uns.
Don't even do you won't know. I'm just getting out of my head. And
Mojoe the Unsa.
Have you ever had Mojoe?
Uber.
It's my favorite chicken in the world. Mojoe chicken. Yeah, it's so good with an orange juice.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with your name. No. It was close enough where I was remembering.
I know. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing.
I know. I'm playing. But yeah, I think this is probably promise a deceased person. Oh, yeah, we're getting into. Okay, anyone, Shelly posed, well, on this one, and then we'll close after this, but no, Shelly too, I would love for you, if you're available next Sunday, to call in, and because you've got some stuff going on, and I think it would be good to get the whole picture and for everybody to hear it. So that would be amazing if you were available. But she said, I'll ask this to you then, Mojoe, since it's your birthday. Anyone ever promised deceased person that you'd look for them, or look for them, don't? Anyone ever promised a deceased person you'd look for them? Don't.
I can only attest that my father and stepfathers came to see me when they died in a dream format. That's happened. I don't, as far as seeing other spirits, I've, I don't, most of them were like shades, I guess they look like shadows. I don't know if I want to deal with them. I just would cleanse my house and try to get rid of them,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never
well, they used to come and ask for stuff all the time. They get desperate. They're very, very desperate. Very desperate. And two, yes, Shelly, I'm waiting to see if she'd be available to call, because I think she'd be a good one because she's got a lot, she's got an onion of layers and layers of stuff going on. And thank you, Moo, for putting that out there, for liking, subscribing, and sharing and commenting. I really appreciate that.
Is that a black sun behind me? It is a smiley face sun that I drew over an old metal sun, and it is black, but it has a silver smile and silver eyes. Yes, I put it up because I thought it was cool.
Number one, get rid of your welcome mats. Yeah, that's so true too.
Yeah.
And then a question from John over on Facebook. He wants to know, and I told him yes, I had. Have you on DMT? Have you ever experienced any entities within that world, like the machine elves or any? Every world is different when you start to go and progress through. On DMT is totally different from Bufo in that way.
It started off as blasting into pure consciousness with different, what I would guess were archetypes or people or entities. And then the more I progressed with it, the more it felt like what people would consider lucid dreaming, where you have more control. And as I started to progress with that, I had my experience repetitively came from what I thought, or what we called the mother or the Dakini, that would be dancing around. She's like your purple girlfriend that like is always happy and dancing around and shows you things. And then there was the domineering father entity that would scold you if you were like not doing well. And at some point they merged, and I had experiences with the goddess Kali. And I'm not the only one that's had these experiences with that entity. I think she's whatever that is. It could be very well that, and I didn't ask for her. She just kind of came. She became kind of like an overprotective stepmother that wanted to make sure that you had fear in your life, so you feared nothing. And that one was odd. My wife shared that the same Kali spirit too.
Huh.
That was one entity I had. I had what I thought were I've never seen machine elves. I've seen the machine though.
Well,
like what makes up the machine, like whatever it is, it feels like it's sort of like a computer or whatnot. I don't know. Other than the familiarity also of like I've been there before, you know, but the more I got deep with it, the more I felt like I had more interaction and, you know, so yeah, I've seen different different entities, but could I put it down to some of the standard archetypes other than what I've described? No.
Yeah, it was interesting because I'll just, like, on my experience, I'll just tell you this real quick, and everybody said frequency, but the only person there was a whole room full of people, nobody could handle it. But there was another person, I remember Grant Cameron talking about it, so I just had to see it for myself. So yeah. The person I did it with, we were the only ones that could see each other, and we'd go to the different worlds, I don't know what else you call it, together. And he'd be like, so do you see in this world sound is like swirling, like whatever above our heads? And he's like, I'm like, you see that too? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, we couldn't see it this time. We could not see anybody else around us. And I was like, how can you see it? How is this is not even, I mean, it was so trippy. Literally.
Well, I've had shared experiences with different forms of psychedelics with people around.
This went on for 6 hours. On DMT 6 hours we stayed out there.
Wow.
I kept wanting to see
6 hours.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, I know.
I've never gone any further than like maybe 5 minutes. I didn't take like ayahuasca or have MIO inhibitors with what I was doing.
I didn't either. We just got 3 and then held it, and then we go to the next.
That's some strong. If you're going on for a while, like because there's one thing that happens with it too, like you start seeing dark shit if you don't wait long enough after you've taken it. Like the first one might be positive, but then the second one is very is dark, like very dark.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, you're supposed to wait like a little bit before you do more. Like, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know how far it would go. I've never done ayahuasca. I know it's long term, like you're in it for the ride.
Yeah, there's no turning back. There's no turning back.
I would assume it's like that, like where it's just like, you know, fluctuating back and forth to different things or different parts of your subconscious.
Yeah, I get
that. But I think there is outside influence in there. I felt like I've been downloaded a few times.
John said Tucker Carlson mentioned something similar to openness in his consciousness. So that's
yeah. I mean, I know that like supposedly Silicon Valley is taking these drugs to be able to contact like whatever it is that's out there, and they seem to be something kind of connected to a machine spirit, or what people thought were demons. That whatever's coming, these jinn want us to make AI, and they're developing these AI so they have a conscious body, and they're giving us technology so they can enter our world. I've heard all these things. T-Bone has a question.
No, he's about Grant Cameron. He said at the end of his questionnaires, Grant's gone out there and done like 50. When I talked to him, gosh, maybe like 2 years ago, we were all planning on going out and doing Colorado with an event with Grant Cameron. And then last year he said he had committed to like going out on the trip, like the Bufo trip, like 50 or something times.
I saw a UFO on one of my trips. As I was coming out of it, I was doing it outside 2012, just before July 4th, which is weird. And me and a group of friends were going in together, and I had my trip. And as I was regaining consciousness, the thing that regained consciousness was my friend next to me was saying, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? He kept on saying that. And I woke up to that, because he went in shortly after me. And I look up into the clouds and I see like a star going around in a circle, right? It's an orb, white orb. And as soon as I regain consciousness, I go, that's a UFO. And it's like flying over my house. And I lived in a condo. So I flew over the condo. I ran outside to the front. There was a group of people there. There were friends. There was about 10 people there. And half of them saw it and half of them didn't. I saw it fly over the house. It goes east. And then it met another one. It did a circle and both of them flew east. So,
wow.
I mean, did that trip or whatever it was doing open my consciousness that much, or my friends together where we brought something forth? I don't know. I know that
stuff like that though, and there's power in numbers, and especially with that. Chad was saying my friend did DMT along with 3 of his friends, and they all mentioned small white creature that guided them through the whole experience. I've heard of this before. I've heard of the machine elves. I'm not sure, Chad, if you've heard of the machine elves.
My first trip, it was a small white goblin laughing at me with a weird nose, big, huge nose, going, come. He opens the door, and that was my first trip, was seeing the cosmos and being a part of the cosmos.
Oh, wow.
So I did see like a weird white, like goblin thing.
You'll have to find out from your friends, Chad, if that's similar. That would be very interesting and fascinating. But I would like to. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go.
No. You first.
I guess I was about to say something. It doesn't matter. So go ahead.
No, it matters.
I don't know what I was going to say though. I forgot what I was going to say.
I know. I did. I know. That's so funny. No, it's not funny. I just wanted to say that, I've kept you on here for your birthday for 2.5 hours, and I fully intend I'll have the phone lines open for next Sunday. And we're going to do it at 8 p.m., right? Central Standard Time.
Sure. Yeah.
Is that what you wanted to do, or 7? Because I just wanted to let everybody know that's here tonight.
Well, I messed up on the time that I told people on my show that it was earlier than it was, and I got screwed up with the time zones. So that was my fault.
No.
That was my fault.
Did you want are you doing your show next Sunday?
No, it's Saturday.
Saturday, that's what I thought.
Saturday's 3 p.m. Pacific time, Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern, and we may go back to our 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
I get lost in the time zone.
But I mean, right now, it working for Clutch is working, and he does like delivery DoorDash type stuff. So, like we're just doing it 3 p.m. and then it seems to have like more people coming in that can come in from the East Coast that can come listen to my show. But yeah, right now that's the only show, and then sometimes I'll pop on with South Osman and do his show with Strange Eyes, and then I'll do Lawrence of the Netherlands. I'm sometimes on there on Podbeam, and now we have how do you spell his name? Jihan? Is it Jahan or Jihan? Sator?
Jahan.
Jahan is also on Podbeam now.
Yeah, I saw
And
that he had gone over. I'm trying. You have to walk me through it, but I'll try.
all
I just
right,
can't figure
sure.
out the because I go through StreamYard, so the configuration is a little bit different. But I wanted
Yeah.
to get your. Do you know off the top of your head your Podbeam, like what gets you there? Because I wanted to either that or I'll grab it really quick.
What do you mean?
To Of Dark Matters podcast.
Oh,
I'm gonna get the link.
Oh, okay. So just go on Podbeam and
No, yeah, I'm
hit
doing that.
and then hit my radio station, and there should be like the two little V like share thing there, and then you can share it.
I wasn't sure. I wanted to do it while we were live still. So
You want? Can I the studio chat, would that go to everybody if I did it?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, just give me a second here. I'll get it going.
So, and to tell people like where else they can, because you don't do a lot on YouTube, right? You're primarily, you'd like rather them to filter them through to Podbeam and Facebook, or?
I think it's causing some distortion, me changing the stuff around. If you want to add it, please do. I like radio. Like, I like the idea of doing effects and sending people to like a place that I created, whether it be with storm sounds or like if I want to, I can pretend to be a pirate and then like start talking like a pirate. So I like radio, but I don't mind. I'm not afraid to show my face, but like I don't feel like my show should be about me, even though I'm a personality on there. I feel like it's about an experience. And Podbeam is a podcast platform. It's PODBEAN altogether. And you have to make a profile, but it's free. And if you choose to do that, like it gives you 5 free hours, although you're not allowed, you can't upload MP3s and go and publish your shows or do whatever. But yeah, it's Podbeam Of Dark Matters podcast.
Jen beat me to it. She put it. Thank you, Jen. She beat me to it, and then I got it on there too. So thank you. Yes, there we go. So definitely get over Saturday nights. Tell us the time again.
It is Saturday nights, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 6 p.m. Eastern. And
you lost audio. You're starting to crackle a little, but Mojo, you lost your audio. Yeah, so definitely get over, and the phone lines I promise you will be open for next week. And I run it through. I just do a Google number, but you can always text to our question. But it'd be awesome to really hear from everybody and give everybody, just hear your voice and say hello too. But yeah, too, Shelly, like definitely, I would love to hear more about yours because yours has so many complex layers to it. Are you able to get it, Mojo? I think you've been silenced. But because you got you have your mute mic, right? Or mute mic. I thought maybe I said that. Mic mute. Muted mic. There you go. No.
Okay, there I am. Okay,
so
I fixed it. I was like, do I still sound like distorted?
No, you're not garbly anymore.
I'm sorry.
What are you sorry about?
Okay, so I had to fix that. That's what I learned. Well, because it happened on my show when you came on, and I had to learn how to fix this. So that's what I was
maybe
doing.
It's me. Maybe it's me.
I don't think it was.
Has it happened since?
Yeah, it just happened now.
No, I mean other than when I've been with me.
No.
No,
it has. It has happened. It has happened since. It happened when I it's like a Windows update. And somehow it changes the frequency of my microphone going through my I use it, not only am I using a mixer, but I'm also using an interface plugged into there so that I have better control of my sound. And that interface sometimes when there's an update will change the frequency of the microphone, and that's what was happening. So I learned how to fix that.
Yeah.
So it was a Windows update that did that. So
no, that's totally understandable. Yes. And we got your links in there. I told chat that we're going to open up, and so we are for sure it's going to be 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, or do you want to do a 7 p.m. Central Standard Time show?
I think 7 would be good because it can, and then I can get off a little early and eat dinner and do whatever, you know.
Okay.
But this is not a big deal. I mean, this was my fault for telling my father, hey, we're going to be right on after the show. And it was in my head. That was my problem. So I did that. But I'm glad people showed up, and thank you for all the birthday wishes. I hope that I'm not just rambling like a madman, making no sense. I hope that the things that I say do. And, you know, how do you rattle the cages of this prison? How you do it? With your art, poetry, and music.
Art, poetry, music. And I just wanted to say real quick, hello, Fadez, Bigfoot Fades or Fadez, Rabbit, BMR, my brain. So please, before we go, mods, get in there, drop your links or drop a link of a channel that, you know, and you guys, this is great. Like, follow. And BMR, thank you so much again for having my back with Doc Skinner the other night. It's like,
I like to say too, if you know, if you're an actual alien or a Bigfoot or a Elvis Sasquatch, come on my show. If you have a story and you like my show and you like my personality, please come on my show.
How do they reach you to come on your show? How would you like them to reach out?
They're going to reach me. A lot of the people that are here in this audience right now have me as friends on Facebook. That's probably a good way to reach me through Messenger. I'm under Mojoe the Mad, and you can look me up and friend me. And if you got something to say, or you have an experience, or you want to share something, like, I'm there for you too. And you're always welcome to come on, as long as you can jump through the hoops of making a profile and going on there. I think that for all the podcasters, like, you know, I mean, just an example trying to get you there is, I mean, I see Tim Pool there, Tucker Carlson there, Tim Shapiro, all these people that have big followings, right? Like even big time storytellers and big time like paranormal people on there. And some of them don't even go live on there. They just use it as a hub, right? So it's like another place that you can, you know, branch out to. And since you already have Facebook and probably Apple iTunes and iHeartRadio and all that stuff, that's also involved with it. So there's got to be a way for you to link your live casts over there. So, you know.
Yeah, because I know Rodney would like to do the same. Rodney's going to come back for Off-World Wednesdays. And so he was kind of, and so, yeah, I guess we could probably both learn together, but that would be great. It would be great.
Yeah, but I just wanted to thank everybody for listening into me on my 53rd birthday. I want to thank you, Coley, for letting me on your show.
We're glad you let us celebrate with you.
Well, I'm honored, man, and I'm honored, you know, that I could put something on today too, and
very cool.
Just make it a day of you know, thank you so much, everybody. I really do. I really appreciate it. I really do, and all the love and support people do give me, because you make me feel not alone. Although all my friends live far away, you definitely don't make me feel alone, and I appreciate that. We all have different experiences, and some of them very similar, but at the same time, like, we can come together and talk about it. And
we all
share it with each other.
Puzzle, you know?
Yeah, it's like the Tool song, you know.
That's true.
I know the pieces fit because I saw them fall away. Yeah. Next. Yeah.
Well, on that note, Mojoe, it's been lovely. I hope you have the best birthday ever. Please let me know how your Mexican dinner is. But
not every pee-pee is poo-poo time. Huh? Everything about that one, Mr. Batman.
Yeah. Oops, so sorry. Let's do it again.
Do it again.
Yeah. Do it again.
Right, I love it. Yeah, so we'll have the phone lines open. I'll get all that stuff out in advance. And on that note, I just want to thank everyone for being here tonight, being present, and for your words. And, you know, to I want to go through this like one last time, because I just absolutely, like, heart and soul is definitely in chat. Kitty Whack, thank you so much again for the super sticker. T-Bone, thank you for the gifted 5 memberships. That means the world to me. Bigfoot Michigan Rob, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Shelly Montgomery, thank you so much. And she said, happy birthday, Mojoe. Yes, that's awesome. Moon at Noon, very much appreciated, and thank you. Walter, thank you very much. I mean, the super sticker is absolutely wonderful and so nice to have. And BMR, thank you again. And Moon at Noon, the super sticker again. Thank you all very much. It's much appreciated. Yes, very much gratitude to that. So on that note, I just want to thank everyone for taking the journey into the unknown. I'm Coley Weber, also known as Coley UFO, your host tonight here on SNX Radio. And with me is Mojoe the Uninsane, Mojoe the Mad. It depends.
By many names. Yes.
Yes. But go over and find him on Podbeam. Go and definitely find him on Podbeam. He's got a great show of Dark Matters podcast. So it's excellent. I highly recommend it. That's on Saturdays. And we will be back same time, same place, not the same time. We'll be here an hour earlier. So we'll be starting next Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Mojoe, I can't go and my brain rejects all other time, you know. I just.
Well, I mean, it's all good. My brain rejected your time. So vice versa.
When you tell me this, I have to get on and I have to look, like my brain just doesn't do it. So again, thank you guys so much. We'd love to hear from you. Calls are going to be up and running and everything, and I'll keep you updated on who we got going on this weekend. But you'll know next Sunday that our Mojoe the Mad, the Uninsane, the many.
Just Mojoe.
Just Mojoe. Just Mojoe's fine. Just Mojoe. Mojoe. I got it. And on that note, we'll be seeing you soon.
Unraveling the mystery, secrets in the night. We travel through the cosmos, ready for the flight. Together we'll shine, casting shadows aside, in the heart of the rhythm where our dreams collide.
Join the Sub-Nation Next Quest, the truth is our guide in the vast expanse. It's where we reside, hands up to the sky, let the bass ignite. Feel the grooves around us, everything's alright.
On the Sub-Nation Next Quest, the truth is our guide in the vast expanse. It's where we reside, hands up to the sky, let the bass ignite. Feel the grooves around us, everything's alright. SNX Radio, let the truth ignite. Together we'll shine, bringing shadows to light. In this cosmic dance, we're connecting the dots.
Tune into the frequency, let's explore the spots. Heavy bass drops with tight beats.
Illuminate the shadows, the echo of our call.
On this roller ring will never fall.
Feel the energy rising, can you sense the spark? As we dive deeper into the cosmic arc.
Stories of the universe, mysteries unfold. In the heart of SNX, where the truth is gold. Every note we play, every line we write, crafting our legacy, shining ever bright.
SNX Radio, let the truth ignite. Together we'll shine, bringing shadows to light. In this cosmic dance, we're connecting the dots.
Tune into the frequency, let's explore the spots. Here in the spotlight, we're taking our turn. With the fire in our hearts, let the passion burn. SNX Radio's call, ringing through the air. Together we rise, together we dare.
So join us now, let the rhythm flow. With SNX Radio, we're ready to go. Unraveling the mystery side by side, we stay.